Okay, we are live. So I'm going to take you around. Meet Sue.
Hi, everybody.
Alisa. Krista. All right, so we're going to get started in just a minute. Welcome to Tacoma Local Success Training. This is going to be awesome. Gotta find a good spot. Next to you. Say hi, this is Chance.
Hi, this is Chance.
Hi. All right. So as you can see, we're still getting some minor details, getting everything ready. So I'm going to set you right up here so you can see.
Hey, everybody. Woo! And everything. I was going to make everybody like move all the way up front. There are a few seats here and there. Thank you for being here on this beautiful day. My name is Sue Spooner. I'm from, far away. I live down on the beach, and I live in Hopeland. Who's from Hopeland? Raise your hand. Yes. West Forest. Exactly, right? He's been to my house. It's way the heck out there. So I've been a promoter for about a little less than 3 years. I'm a regional director. I didn't get a BMW. It's coming, but I got a horse instead. So that's a long story. But anyway, one day maybe you'll hear it. It's black. Yes. And her name is Vi. So anyway. There's many ways to spend that bonus. I wanted 4 legs instead of 4 wheels. So I'm not, I have an Amish cart coming. I got a doctor buddy. She's a cart horse. So she's from the UK. So I'm hoping to go over there with the team and bring a few more back. So anyway, that's my story. So yeah, welcome everybody. Raise your hand if you're just here for the first time learning about this. Nice. Whoa. That is so awesome. This is a beautiful day. Thanks for being here for that. And then the rest of you, how many promoters do we have here? Nice. How many of you have been promoters just since maybe the first of the year? Stand up. Sure. Now, well, you guys stretch your legs. Great. Great. And how many regional directors do we have in-house? Nice. Woo! How many of you have your card? No? How many are looking? Yeah, right? Take the cash. No kidding. I've been taking the cash for a while, paying off my horse. So anyway. And how many national directors and above? We get to stand up. Nice. Way to go. So anybody above national director besides these guys over here, right? Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, this is awesome. So I get the distinct pleasure of introducing our guest. He's a 4-star ambassador, and he is the Canadian Vi model. And so everybody stand up, clap your hands for Harvey people.
It changed it on me. I didn't expect to come up here so fast. Hey guys, sorry for the stunned look on my face here. Good with that. All right, obviously we're all here for Project 10. How many people do we have that's new here? That's never seen this before? Have no idea that this is Tupperware that we're going to talk about? So this is the challenge. Obviously, we got 2 shirts. We got I built the t-shirts. We got I lost the t-shirts. I guess we sort of have 3. We have I challenge you t-shirts now, right? So it's really exciting. It's really simple how we do this. Just real quickly, my background, I've got a kinesiology degree. I went to school for, got certified as a trainer with the National Strength Conditioning Association. So a lot of the people you see training the pro athletes and stuff, that's one of the certifications that they often have. So it was, when I've been approached by a lot of things over the last 20 years being in the industry, from fitness, nutrition. When this was brought to my attention, I saw that this was a lot different than anything else that I'd seen up to this point. There's a lot of companies that are doing good things. They've got some healthy components to it, but it was very one-dimensional. Some of them are gimmicky, and a lot of them are extremely short-term, right? You might be able to lose some weight, but you're not going to see pro athletes doing something a lot of times that involves weight loss, right? So when I saw this, and if you don't understand the full value of what this is, you maybe haven't seen, there's a 1-minute slideshow that kind of hit it home for me that made me take a second look at this. And I had a friend that I trusted that showed me the challenge. That's why I was open to taking a look in the first place. But he knew my background and just wanted my opinion. There was a 1-minute video on the amount of food I would need to eat in order to get the amount of nutrition that's in one of these shakes. And when I saw that slideshow, I was like, man, they put all that in a bag of shake? And then I watched it again. It was in one shake. It wasn't even the whole bag. So, you know, like 8,600 calories and like over $100 worth of food. So I knew people were losing weight the right way. And if this is something that a pro athlete with needing proper nutrition can benefit, people are losing weight the right way, then my kids are going to benefit from it too. Right? So there was literally no demographic that this doesn't hit. Everything from kids to people in their 70s, 80s. We all need proper baseline nutrition, and that's what I found, real simple systems and kits for people to choose from, right? So that's where we'll start. We'll start with selecting a goal. What's your goal, right? Sometimes people are wondering, how do you open up a conversation? What are you talking about? How do you decide what kit to put somebody on? Well, you got to know what the goal is. Otherwise, you have no starting point, right? As soon as you know whether they want to lose weight or put on lean muscle mass or have more energy, that gives you the direction to start pointing them in the direction of some choices, right? So, either lose 10 pounds, gain 10 pounds of muscle, obviously is the premise of Project 10. Every time we do that, we help feed 30 meals to kids at-risk youth, either fighting obesity, going to school hungry, local charities in the community. Select the goal, select the kit, enter the win. Weight loss goals, active fitness goals, lose or build 10 pounds. And what's your 90-day goal, right? If someone has 100 pounds to lose, that's where the brilliance of this Project 10 comes in, right? We start 10 pounds at a time, but you want to get people focused on the long-term approach as well, because sometimes like, well, I'll just do this for this month, and then I'll be good enough, I'll be done. It's like, no, you're not getting this. Remember that 1-minute video that said the amount of food you would need to eat to get the nutrition in this? We're helping steer people in the direction of having a healthy lifestyle, making that lifestyle change for the long term, right? So it's kind of one of those things. So after 30 days, you're just going to stop eating, right? It just doesn't make sense, right? So, and it's no fault of their own. It's just a matter of educating them on getting the right information. Helping customers select kits. You have a weight loss active fitness goal. Great. You're like, who doesn't want results faster, right? And sometimes you get this objection. Well, my doctor says it's not healthy to lose more than 2 pounds a month or whatever stupid number they give you. Doctors, understand this, doctors do not get training on nutrition in school. It's like less than a day's worth of nutrition training, and they get the food guide, and they get taught about the BMI. The BMI, I'm considered obese when it comes to that scale, right? I'm pretty good at thinking of. Right? It's just a matter of getting educated. And slowly the community, the health communities are coming around, but unfortunately it's all geared by the government. Government can't make money off of, or not in the billions and billions like they can with the pharmaceuticals. So they don't often educate the population on being able to take care of yourself with better nutrition. Excellent. You should try and name the kit. You want to direct them to the kit that's going to get them the best goal. You want to set people up for success, so set them up on the right kit. Don't set somebody up on a shake kit when they've got 50 to 100 pounds to lose. For me, anytime I'm setting anybody up, I don't care if they got 10 pounds to lose or 20 pounds to lose. You want to lose it now, or you want to lose it in 6 months or in 12 months? Let's get started with the transformation kit. That's the weight loss kit of choice. That's what all the people that win these champions, the $5,000, you want to win $5,000 for having an amazing transformation. Let's get you set up for success. Help you lose that weight now, and you're going to save money regardless of whatever kit you use, even if you're not getting it for free. The most expensive one being the transformation kit, it's $4 a meal. Who doesn't spend more than $4 a meal? At Tim Hortons, a Starbucks, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Starbucks has a drink that's under $4, do they? And a whole lot of cream and a whole lot of, I don't even know half the words of this. I don't even know how you guys, anybody who orders from Starbucks? Don't lie. Don't lie. There's 3 honest people in this room. Where's the rest of you guys?
I go to Starbucks.
I have no idea. My wife drinks this chai latte, something or other. And I'm looking at the board. I'm like, I don't even see what you just said on the board. I don't even know what the word is. It's like they've got their own language. And then the tall, this is the only one I remember. The tall is actually the smallest drink. Shouldn't it be the big one? Right. So, and, you know, if you're not sure which kit to use, it says right on the order form for weight loss goals, these are the 3 kits to pick. If you're an active or fitness person, these are the 3 kits to choose from. So you just asking them, ask questions. The people that do the best at this are not the ones that talk, and not the ones that pitch and sell, right? That was something that was important to me starting this, because I didn't want to be a salesperson, especially not my friends and family. I wanted to be able to set them up for success, find out what's important to them. So ask good questions, one of them being, do you have a weight loss goal? What's your weight loss goal? How much do you want to lose? What is ideal? Because some people are like, well, it'd be great if I could lose 20 pounds, but really their goal is 50 or something, right? But they don't want to disappoint themselves. Let's get you set up for success on the right kit. We're going to do your video, pictures, measurements. Make sure you do those. Because even if somebody says, I don't want anybody to know, I don't want anybody to see these videos, I'm like, I don't care. You don't need to show anybody. But when you're down 50 pounds and you look back, you're going to be out of control. You're not going to be able to not show people, right? Because you don't know who's watching and who wants that inspiration. So, like, we're in this 3 years now. My wife and I have been doing this for 3 years, and we still have people on a weekly basis coming out of the woodwork that, hey, you know what? I think it's time. You know, we've been watching you. You've been doing this for a long time. We've seen all these transformations you guys post. We don't put a lot on Facebook, but nowhere near what we're actually seeing in our team. But we put some on there just to kind of recognize people, and it just keeps people aware is that, hey, we've been consistent. This isn't something we just jumped into just to make a couple bucks. This is something we're here for the long haul, and we're making sure that we're taking care of people, right? So set people up for success by picking the right kit. Transformation kit to lose weight. Fuel kit and shape kit are more of like a maintenance goal. Maybe they've only got 10 pounds to lose, and it's just, let's get you started. Sometimes people have a financial objection, like low income or like assistance or whatever it is. Get them set up on at least the shape kit or the fuel kit. But most, if not all, can't afford the transformation kit. They're already spending the money. That's probably why they don't have any money. So if you can redirect it into something that's healthier to give them a better result, and you're going to have a happier friend. All right, $99. This just gives you 2 meals a day, right? It gives you the flavor mix-ins. So this is a basic kit that's just going to get people. A lot of times they just need to start eating more frequently. Sometimes people eat once or twice a day, right? Might maybe a bagel and a coffee when they get up, and then they don't eat dinner until they come home. It's like, how do you think all day long? I go 3 hours. I got that red bag there. That's my food bag. It's bigger than my satchel bag with my books and computer and stuff, right? I don't know. My wife did that. She knows it's not hard. I see my belly. So this gets people into a better eating regime, right? It gets them into the habit of doing something simple. It takes 30 seconds to make, but they can add that into their day, and then they can start making changes elsewhere as we go. This is a phenomenal kit. This crunch, I tell her, like, my kids, this is crack to my kids. We can't keep this stuff in our house. Like, we have to hide it, and I think we should probably get a lock to the cupboard too. And of course, to make sure we put like it's supposed to be a 3/4 cup of a serving. I don't think they pay attention. They just dump the whole bag in it. There's all kinds of milk left over because they just filled everything up, but there's no cereal left in it. So this is the same thing, sort of as the shake kit. It'll give you 2 meals a day. You just have the option to drink it or chew it. Right? It comes with these flavor mix-ins. This is kind of the puff cereal, the berry puffs. What is it called? No, not Captain Crunch. Trick. Maybe it's Trick. is like tricks, but the healthy version. Oh, these are just chocolate chunks of awesomeness. That's all I have. I just drink that pop. But they've got lots of great vitamin nutrients. The transformation kit, this is just the best one-stop shopping for losing weight. You get your 2 meals, you get the brain food, which is the neuro. Down here in the States, you guys get the neuro. In Canada, we get the pro because it's a whole lot better. It has the same benefits as the neuro, but they've done a few things to it where it actually has performance-enhancing attributes to it for athletes, and we can get into some of that stuff after. But you get your metabolism boosters, so it gets your body stimulated back to where it was when we were younger. The Trim, it helps control your hunger. A lot of times when people make these changes, they go through, people get moody, right? I get moody if I don't eat every 2 or 3 hours. So if that happens, you just point me to the red bag. Yeah. But it also comes with the omegas too. The omegas are very important. You'll see when people are losing large amounts of weight, 50, 100, 200, 300 pounds on the challenge, they don't get that saggy, gaunt, gray look to them like normal diets. We're giving our body what it needs. So, the omegas are great for brain function, neurological function, but it's awesome for the skin elasticity. So it helps bring that elasticity back in the skin. And, if anybody has any acne problems, like my wife, she used to have, breakouts and stuff. I mean, I don't remember the last time she's had that happen before, right? She's 40-something, maybe 30. She was very happy to see the change happen so quickly. All right, so if you have an active or fitness goal, 3 kits. I use the Fit kit. They didn't have this when I started. I started with the core kit, just added 2 or 3 bags to my kit. But sometimes people they want to live an active lifestyle. Maybe they're busy with their kids. They live an outdoor lifestyle. Some people are training. Some people are high-level athletes. Some people play pro sports, right? And so the Fit kit. Well, we'll start with the fuel kit. We already talked about that. Gives you 2 meals a day. You can either chew it or drink it. The core kit gives you 1 meal a day. Maybe it's going to be your after-workout supplement, or maybe it might be something you start your day off with, right? You're going to get the 5-pack. Who here is not on the 5-pack? One honest person, 2, 3, 4. Here's my suggestion. Get on it for 1 month. Try to go without it. Get on it for 3 weeks. Try to go without it for 2 or 3 days. You will see a difference.
My husband's on the 5-pack. He loves it. He goes, I will fight for my 5-pack.
It is honestly. I mean, if there's one thing that I do, and I've made the mistake of forgetting it at home when we go to trips to whatever events we're going to, and I'll notice it right away within like 24 to 48 hours. My sleep patterns are not as good, my focus is not as good, right? And I'm just kind of wondering why my energy is not what it usually is, because you don't realize how good you should be feeling until you get there, and then you're not there, and you're like, oh. Man, that really sucked the last 30 years. I wasn't getting it. So the science is all there with the kits, with the 5-pack. You can search that up, products.vi.com. You can get that information. On an ORAC scale, there's lots of really high quality supplements out there. I've taken other ones where they're 400% on this ORAC scale, which is world class, very good products. But I never felt the difference, and my pee was like neon green all the time, right? So it wasn't absorbing as much as I probably should have been. These ones are 800%, which is a stupid high, right? So, rather than talking science about it all day long, we let the scientists, Audrey Sommerfeld and Steve Lilly, that guy's a crazy scientist. If you ever get a chance to talk to that guy, pull him aside. He's hilarious, awesome. He'll probably give you a couple secrets too. He's very open with it. Yeah. Yeah, and Dr. Michael Simon, phenomenal people, and anytime you get to an event, they're more than happy to discuss as much science as you want about it. And it's not for you guys, anything I tell you guys about the science behind this is not for you guys to repeat, because I'm going to take this clicker and I'm going to go, like on Men in Black, where they zap people. You're going to forget it all, but you're going to remember the feeling that, you know what, that's why I'm taking this, because it sounds science and it makes sense. You know what I mean? So you do not want to be repeating that stuff to people, because you say citrulline malic to somebody, they're going to be like, still talking Japanese, or they still talking English? What is that, right? So the Fit kit, you're going to get 2 meals a day with the shakes. You're going to get the Nutri cookies. Anybody have the Nutri cookies? Chocolate chip favorites?
Yeah.
I'll trade you. I'll trade any box. I hate raisins. My kids love them, so they eat all of them. And then peanut butter cookies, right? Yeah, it adds a nice texture to the shakes as well, for sure. And you get jacked up with all extra protein. I think there's 12 grams of protein in every cookie. Wow. Right, so you're going to get the Go and the Pro. You also get the mix-ins, but the Go and Pro. Any athletes in here? No athletes? I'm the only athlete. You got two. I know these guys. Climb all, yeah. Ex-athletes. People that want to be more active. If you want to get more active, you want to be getting on that bike again, or you want to be, skiing in the wintertime, you want to get on these, right? Because I use these before every workout that I use. I still play competitive flag football. I still play competitive ice hockey, and I'm playing with guys that are in their 20s that they're like, how is this 40-year-old still playing with us? And I ended up 3-4 weeks ago. I ended up playing an ice hockey game. Where's Karyn? Is Karyn in here? Oh, there you are. Tim came out. Well, one of our other promoters, ND friends of ours. I was playing the game before his team, and we had won I don't know, it was 7-3 or whatever. And I looked over the boards and I was like, oh hey. And it was the end of the game. He's like, you want to play another game? I'm like, yeah, I got another go shot. Let's do this, right? So I walked into the locker room, and some of these guys I just spared for this team, and they're all geared down, and I'm just grabbing my hockey bag and still walking around my skates. They're like, what are you doing? Like, I'm gonna go play another game. Like, you just wore your weight vest for the first 2 periods playing this game. You're gonna go play another game? So, but you telling me that's not gonna stimulate some conversation the next time I go and play for that team? Like, so what are you doing to stay in shape? You've heard Project 10? Right? So the Go shots, instant energy shot, a couple of quick facts that I got from Steve Witherly, increases your oxygen uptake in your nighttime visual acuity by 40%. Right? I was like, nighttime driver. Any nighttime drivers not any good at nighttime driving? That's me. I get the head nods like 20 minutes into the drive. I drove from Williamsburg. Never mind. It was a 6-hour drive. I left at 11 at night. I'm talking like northern Canada, northern BC. You guys are going to know where that is. I didn't even know where it is if I went there. But I drove for 6 hours on one Go shot. Did not head nod once. And I was focused, clear, and there's no jittery, not like, a lot of the energy drinks, you get that kind of freaked out, like you want to just smash something. Yeah. I'm retired now, I'm not allowed to hit people anymore. So I can't take those kind of things, right? You just have that energy, you have that focus when you need it, right? It'll increase your strength by 10% right away. And what else was there? Well, we'll leave it at that. The Pro is for prolonged energy, so any endurance athletes that need to buffer the lactic acid, that burn when you kind of, you can't go anymore, your muscles are just tapped out. This will help you, basically, from what I've experienced, double that. So you'll be able to increase your work capacity. It helps you recover quicker. Has anybody heard of creatine? Yeah. Right? It helps athletes take the training to another level, strength, recovery. The citrulline malate word that I used before, that's one of the things that's in the Pro that helps people recover faster. There's ribose and a whole bunch of other ingredients in there. If you guys are brainiacs, you guys want to get into that, great, for your own comfort, knowledge, knowing that there's science behind this. But basically, the Krebs cycle from high school, when you eat food, sorry, I didn't mean to bring back any bad memories, but when you eat food, when it breaks down to the cellular level, it's ATP is what your energy source is, right? So there's a triphosphate molecule, 3 phosphate molecules. When you expend energy, it removes one of those phosphates. This helps replace that phosphate faster, right? Without the water retention that creatine has. And it's a watermelon extract. So, kind of cool. Fuel kit, already talked about that. Core kit. You get the brain food, the neuro. It's got arginine in there too, right? So it's a natural vasodilator. That's why you can, you get that quicker recovery, increased oxygen uptake. 5-pack. If you're not on the 5-pack, get on it. Otherwise, you're not leaving too long. I'm going to check your phone for your ownership too. Yeah, and you know what? $5 a day, or $5 per meal a day. Trust me, I eat 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. I'm saving money being on this kit. And I was spending $500 a month on supplements before the challenge for the last 20 years, right? And I was giving recommendations and GNCs and reflexes and Popeyes and whatever the sports supplement store was, and I was never getting my kit for free. I mean, I wasn't a little excited when I saw that, right? far better science. You know, it's just there's a whole lot more benefits to it, right? So, all right, we'll leave it there. Maybe we'll just do a quick. How much time do we have? 5 minutes. What's that?
You're fine.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about the kits or the products or anything like that? We're not going to get into too much crazy science talk, but has there been any concerns or questions or things that have come up when you're talking to people that you want to have answered?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me about our meal prep fees.
Yeah.
Like, how about like that with challenge?
Okay, so meal prepping. All right. So the thing I like about this is this. You'll hear this from Kevin Merriweather, 5-star ambassador out of Florida for Jacksonville. It's a meal plan centered around a milkshake, nutritious milkshake. Now we've got the crunch, right? So there is that meal plan there for people that have no idea where to start, right? We're going to start with adding one of these kits into their day, and we'll walk them through that. But in Canada, every bag of shake comes with a meal plan in it, right? And you guys in the States can get that as well on customers and promoters on your website, right? Under transformation tools. There's a tab there, transformation tools, and there's recipes and all sorts of things like that on there. Okay? Because here's what I like about this, is being a trainer. How is the next person supposed to help set somebody up on a meal plan or blah, 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 whatever they need, and they're not a qualified trainer, nutritionist, or whatever, doctor, you know, medical professional, health professional? That's why this system is so awesome, is we have tools for all of that, right? So just make sure you get to know your tools. So what we're talking about is making sure you know where that meal plan is, meal guide. And it's a guide. It helps teach people what proteins, carbohydrates, and good fats are, and portion sizes. And there's another resource. It's not coming. TheChallenge.com.
It has like trainer workouts on it.
Yeah. Everybody hear that? The trainer? TheChallenge.com. TheChallenge.com.
Nice.
Real quick,
Awesome.
we need prediction, and everything.
It also talks
Okay.
if you want to update your customers with popular kits that they love.
Right.
So if they just have a shake kit, it'll be
Yeah. Top down.
You should get a transformation kit. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, hi. That's not me.
What's our Karyn Miller? Awesome. Anybody else? Everybody knows everybody's good? Awesome. All right, 3, 2, 1. What else is there anything else about the kids? Are we going to do the categories and stuff again? Okay, all right.
You know, one thing you might want to talk about, because I hear it a lot, is lately, is, and I don't know if it's because of summer or what, but people are saying they can't afford this. So how do you overcome that?
There's the back of the hand. Right? Duct tape can't fix stupid, but we just finished discussing that this shake costs less than $2. That's a whole meal, right? You might maybe throw a little bit of yogurt and 3 strawberries in there. That's and some almond milk, right? It's $2. You're spending that money somewhere, so sometimes it's just a matter of having a heart-to-heart conversation with people and just helping them understand, have them walk you through their day. Let them know that, let them let you know what they're eating in a daytime. Before you get to that point, like, listen, you idiot, this is only $1.50 for a freaking shake. You get that feeling because it's, well, maybe not at the beginning, but when you get that question 100, 200 times, you're like, you watch the video, you know, but when they walk themselves through their day, and then you have that discussion about what their day looked like, it's like, well, you just spent $15 on your food, or $20. Like, as soon as they say Starbucks, I'm like, ding, 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 you're out, right? Because how much is that, whatever, what is it? $4 for that, right? And you get a bigger one with this, or you can have 2 of them. Okay. $1.50. Shit, yeah, that's good. Here.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome.
$1.50. $1.50. $4. Lots of nutrition. Lots of sugar and cream. Well, it's just coffee. You know, as soon as they say they buy Starbucks once a day or they stop off at Tim Hortons, that's what we have in Canada a lot of. But it's just how serious are you about taking care of your health, right? Because I'll sit there, I guarantee you, challenge me, I guarantee you that you will save money on your grocery bill and you'll save money. Like it's impossible not to, right? When you sit down and really look at the numbers, right? Because now you're going to be getting better nutrition, so your cravings for all the crap food start to go down. Because when you have a craving, that's just your body starving for nutrition. It's not necessarily starving for food. Sometimes you're just dehydrated, right? So if you can start giving your body better nutrition, it's going to stop craving all that stuff in the middle aisles. I don't know if you guys realize this, but you don't need any of that stuff that's in the middle aisles. Everything important in a grocery store is on the perimeter. So if you ever get that urge to go down those middle aisles, just say, no, I need to stay on the outside. Don't look over there. Just look at the wall, and that's all you need. So on the outer aisles. Here's the thing. With those things, like when you have those cravings, whether it's a chocolate craving or a coffee thing, what I've found 10 times out of 10 when people get on the challenge, those cravings are significantly reduced to the point where you're still going to have coffee, but it's going to be more because you like the taste of it. It's not going to be like you need that fix. I'm worn out and I need to get that kick, right? So if you're on the right kits, that's what's typically going to happen. All right. Anything else? So you can literally afford any kit that's on this. And if you're saying that you can't, well, stop being selfish and go challenge a few other people that you care about and get them on the challenge with you and get your stuff for free. Yeah.
What he said in the end is help them get their kit for free. How many of you know that you can sign somebody up on no kit? Because a lot of people didn't know that. So if somebody literally, it's halfway through the month or almost at the end of the month, you can say, you know what, get signed up, get your website, and let's have a party. And you can literally get their kit for free. If you had a party today, got 3 people, on the 5th, you'd be getting a free kit. So anybody that can't afford it, literally, say, look, we can sign you up, get your website, let's get a party, and you can have your free kit by the 5th of next month if you really want to get started.
And it's a great point to make. That's an extremely unique situation. I would not preface it with that. It's good to know how to do that if you need to, because sometimes there are people that are at that point in their life where they need to make a change, and they literally are just whatever kind of income assistance they're on, or they're in that place in life, and they just need to have, get a leg up, right? And they know that there's a few people that they can help with this and do this together. So that would be something that would be appropriate for that. A lot of times you just need to kind of work people through the mental block with it. But thank you. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm not as tall as Harvey. So I'm Crystal Spath, one-star ambassador out of Olympia, Washington, and I just want to thank you guys all for taking the time to come out here today, and thank you, David and Alisa, for putting everything together. Thank you, Harvey and Karyn and group for coming down from Canada, and Medivha and group from Salem, Oregon. They came out here to help get this. We're working to get this area on fire again, so we can get back on the list for the regional. With that they're not trouble all over. So I appreciate you guys coming out here and
I don't think Cooper has anything to say about it.
All right. So do I just push these arrows?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. All right.
Oh, there it is.
Project 10. Who all knows about Project 10? We got some new people here. Project 10 is part of my favorite part of this new message that we have. We started Project 10 January of last year, but we didn't really push it as Project 10 until this year. Our new message is the Project 10 Challenge, and when you sign up as a promoter or customer, you want to go to enter.buy.com to start your Project 10. You can't participate in it unless you do that. And what the Project 10 is when you start your challenge,
you do your video, which is outlined in the Getting Started training, which we'll go over later. And then you submit your video. You want to do it right away. Don't start your challenge and then do your video in a week or two, because you most likely already lost some weight. So do it immediately, the day that you sign up, or day you get your product when you're going to start your challenge. Take your measurements, do your weight, get it entered. Once you lost your 10 pounds, you do the same thing and submit it, and your name goes into a drawing, a weekly drawing for $1,000. On our team alone, we've got, I think, 9 people that have promoters that have won and 3 customers that have won. So I know Harvey and Karyn, you guys have won. So it's really awesome. And actually, one of our promoters is in the Getting Started. JC, her and her kids are doing the Hulk Hogan thing. So you do that, and then you also get your I lost it or I built it t-shirt. So the 10 pounds is either if you want to lose 10 pounds or build 10 pounds of lean muscle. And you go to project10.by.com to see more information, the rules, and I think there's a video on there as well. So far, since January 2013, we have donated over 500 or near 500,000 meals to children in need. This is a really big passion of mine. You know, it makes our message so much more powerful than the 90-day challenge, in my opinion, because you're actually not only helping yourself, but you're helping a child in need. And, you know, close to 300,000 already in 2014. And I know that we're probably over that because those numbers are from March, I believe. So, you know, has everybody been to an event, or most of you, where you've seen these kids on the stage? How could you not be there and watch that and have tears, you know? And there's, I got goosebumps. There's a video also that they played at our last event where the little boy's being questioned, and, you know, how does it make you feel at school? And he was so choked up he couldn't even talk because he's so bullied, you know. And I watched that, and it's just, that's what this is all about for me. It's helping these poor kids, and kids are mean in school, and you know, and the peer pressure is so much more worse. Is that proper English?
Not really.
Worse. That works for me. Then when, you know, I was in school, and, you know, that was a long time ago, but, you know, it was bad then, but now it's really, really bad. And kids handle things differently nowadays. And so what we can do to help them feel better about themselves and not be, you know, ridiculed by other kids. I've got a team member, Andrea, she owns Scatter Creek Winery. Her 13-year-old daughter was one of those that was being bullied, and she was telling me how her daughter she was packing the shake for her lunch. She would put it in her lunchbox, and that would be her lunch and breakfast. And she said she came running out one day so excited because she was down a couple pant size and was like the other girls at school. And, you know, that was so powerful to me. So, you know, I love this message that we have. Oh, maybe JC will be up there. So, you know, some of these people, that's just a handful. We've done every Monday since January 2013, and your name stays in the system. If you don't win this week, your name's in the system for 10 weeks. So, isn't that for another Canadian? So, after the 90 days, you enter to become a challenge champion. David and Alisa, they were up a year ago March down in California with my son as well. They were up for by finalists, which was a really cool experience. They got to have a photo shot and shoot, and you know, just medal and look like a bunch of rock stars, and so that was that's neat to have that on our team. My son was actually up for the regional finalists this March when we were in Kansas City, and proposed to his fiance on stage at the same time, and so it's really neat. It's really real. Harvey is the male model, and you know, I don't see by model, yeah, see him on stage. So, you know, you wanna enter, and then I don't know what the next slide is. Okay, yeah, there's the 3 different there's 6 different categories. But you have the weight loss, active fitness, and then the Vi model. So, let me go back. So you have for men and women and couples, and then team groups. So there's all kinds of ways to enter. And you're Susan, aren't you? And one for the active, right? Yeah. So every Sunday you can go in and vote. Is anybody else?
Who's currently?
Yeah. Anybody else?
Voting?
Sue,
Stand up.
You're not entered right now? Are you?
Yeah.
Well, then you bet. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So we got 3 people in the room that are up for to be champions, and so it's really important to play team and go in and vote for everybody, because the more people we have in our area, it's powerful. It's a very powerful message, and it makes it real. So best of luck to all of you, and I hope to see you guys on stage in September. And when you do become a regional champion, when you actually get the title, you get $5,000 in cash. You get your professional photo shoot. You get a branding package. You get to be in the Vi marketing material. I don't know how many of you have seen Harvey's face all over all kinds of stuff. And VIP privileges at NSC. What are the VIP privileges you get?
For the final?
Yeah.
They get the $5,000. We didn't get the $5,000 cash prize when I did it. That came
that's just
after.
for
The VIP privilege. We did a photo shoot with Mike Ruiz. He's the photographer, America's Next Top Model.
Oh wow.
Phenomenal guy, like real down to earth. There's just real guy, and he actually keeps himself in pretty good shape. Like he ended up taking his shirt off, or in his shorts at one point, just showing a couple of guys what to do. And that guy's actually pretty jacked. Yeah, no, amazing experience. I mean, you definitely want to put your name into these things. I mean, when they're talking about red carpet stuff and showing you why go the extra mile, they are all first class on every single thing they do. So definitely get them.
Awesome. Do you know if the $5,000 is if you become a regional champion or
For national.
Yeah, that's a national. Yeah, you submit to become a regional, and then like in
When you become a regional champion,
then you go on
compete
stage
to
at
be the
that
national
vitality, and then that's big. And then you get the 5-year and product credit. I think it's about $1,000 in product and stuff. So it's really pretty cool. They really treat you well. You get a lot of goodies. And Dan Mount, he's on our team. He's right here. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see him on stage. He was actually up against my son. Darn him. So, but it's really cool because he's still on our team. So that was really exciting to see that. And so go ahead.
Just one thing to add on to the end of that, because sometimes people are thinking these categories, oh, I'm never going to win, I only had 20 pounds to lose or whatever. There's different percentages. I think it's 50% on the story, 25% on votes, and 25% on corporate, right? So don't minimize whatever successes you've had, because it's a story that goes along with it, right? It's maybe the struggles that you had to go through to accomplish what you had to accomplish. Maybe 30 pounds for somebody was a big deal because they had things come up in their life that they had to overcome and whatever. Maybe it's where they came from. Whatever the story is, there's been some amazing stories that have been told, and it also comes down to, do you represent the challenge? Do you live the challenge lifestyle? Do you help other people attain that lifestyle? How many successes have you been able to help people within your team or in the community? It doesn't even need to be on your team. Just, are you that ambassador for the challenge, right? And those are some of the things that I know corporate looks for as well, right? They don't want someone that's just going to be one of those bodybuilders that comes in, flexes on stage, and walks away with this magazine cover, right? I mean, I was not the most cut guy on stage when I won, right? It was, they have their criteria. So make sure you put your name forward, put your picture, write your story. Your story is going to be what inspires people, and that's what this company is all about, right?
Did Natalie interview you before it was over?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, my wife's just kind of shameless like that. She volunteered. as well. So yeah, it was a very short period of time before. The structure now is a little bit different, but it was only about a week and a half out, I think, from when the voting was cut off. So yeah, whoever voted, thank you.
And thank you for mentioning that, because I was thinking about it while I was talking. So that was really important to mention that. So I appreciate that. So who in here has lost 10 pounds? Stand up. How about 30? Standing if you've lost 20? 30? Okay, that is awesome. You've lost 30. Awesome. So those of you that have lost 60 or more, can stand up here for a minute.
Transformation kit. I lost my first 30 pounds in my first 90 days, and my husband and I were a couple finalists with Dave and Alisa. And so we've been on the challenge probably a year and a half now, almost 2 years. And the biggest thing is consistency. You know, I'm not the best at going to the gym every day. I mean, if I hit 3 times a week, that's pretty awesome. And so it's about consistency, drinking your shakes, sticking with the plan. Right? Thank you.
Although I think all the kids in the year or so that I've been on the challenge, and I've lost 65 pounds. I don't know. I mean, consistency is definitely it. I found my love for exercise, and I just enjoy the way it makes me feel.
So did you exercise before you did? And I'm asking you this because I'm trying to find my love for exercise. I do that. It doesn't help me find my love. I still exercise, but I'm still trying to love it.
I don't necessarily love. It's a relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't love getting started.
But once you've done
Most of the time, I don't love the first 15, 20 minutes of it. But I always love it once I started and I get into it, and then I'm done with it because I feel so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
I'm on the same page
you're
now.
you're probably always going to feel that way.
Yeah.
To do it, you just have to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. I'm good then. Okay.
I lost 70 pounds in 2 90-day challenges, and my second 90 day, I didn't exercise at all because there's this thing that said, you know, you can gain muscle in a sedentary lifestyle, and I was like, I'm going to put that to the test. So in my second 90 days, I didn't exercise at all. I lost 22 pounds and 7.5% of body fat, so it really does work, you guys. It is pretty amazing. I've been a gymnast all my life, well, until I couldn't. Until my athletes became better than me, then I stopped demonstrating. But I've coached the rest of my life. And I said no to Crystal without saying no for 6 months. I also wanted to share real quick with Jen. Jen, how long did you say no? How long was it? It was a long time. Yeah. So those of you in here, yeah. So her sister sent her free kits, and they just stockpiled up. But I want to tell you, those of you that have been challenging people, no means no for right now. For me, it was me being ignorant about what I thought was a meal replacement shake. So just know that it's not about you. It's about their own version of maybe, like for me, it was ignorance. I thought I knew everything about meal replacement shakes because of my background. So shame on me for that. But fortunately, you know, Crystal came in and made me a shake. And I grabbed the back of the bag to tell her, you know, thanks, yes, I need to lose weight. I do need to lose 70 pounds. But this is why I'm not going to be doing it. When I saw the back of the bag, I was like, oh my gosh. And then the challenge, I think, is literally what makes ViSalus just a rock star at fitness and health and transformations. Because with the challenge, it's not about selling a shake. I didn't want to be a salesperson, like Harvey had said. Certainly my husband, anti-salesy, but we challenge people. And who doesn't like to be up for a challenge? And those that don't, really it's about them. You just need to love on them, drip on them, don't harass them, and they will come around, I promise you.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I need to
You
do.
can see what's coming next on the screen.
I have to go. The 100-pound club, I just want to point out, my son has lost 120 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah, 120 pounds, and he's gained 12 pounds lean muscle. He has, and Harvey, you're going to laugh at this, I call it, you know, he's starting to get really buff. He looks better than he did in high school, and I call it the cobra look, the real thin and big. Is that what's it called when you know what I'm talking about? It's the real thin. Yeah, it looks like a cobra when the cobra, you know. So, you know, I'm really proud of him for that. And I know we have a couple other people on our team that are in the 100-pound club.
Yeah, we have 5 that are not.
Yeah, so it's really neat. And Eric Rose, I've met him. He's a super, super nice guy. And I haven't met Reagan once. So it's really neat. It's really neat. So next, I am going to bring up from Salem, Oregon, two-star ambassador Medivha Thompson. I love having Medivha. I love his energy, and so honored that he was able to come up here. He was trying to get up here for our last one and was in California. So please give a big welcome.
I'm definitely honored to be with you guys. So here's what I want you guys to do. Everybody stand up. I get a cool section. I like it. All right, now I'm gonna make you do something uncomfortable. You can do whatever you want, but just everybody has. Remember, you watched the movie Jerry Maguire a long time ago. So I want you guys to turn around and do whatever you want to do. Do something crazy and say, "Show me the money."
Show me the money.
Do something crazy and say, "Show me the money."
We're broadcasting live.
It's going to get you out of your comfort zone. That's funny. That's really what I had to do. It was a little over 3.5 years ago. Where I actually lost an income overnight. I was a single father of 4 kids. And the funny thing is I had 2 of my buddies. They were trying to show me this challenge thing for like years, for like 2 years before I ever got started. But the problem is they were trying to talk me into it, and I never actually saw anything. And so just think about that. 2 years went by where they kept trying to say, "Hey, check this out," but I never actually did. And then, you know, it just got to a bad point where, like I said, I went flat broke a little over 3.5 years ago. And so what they said is, they said, "Listen, we don't care if you join this thing or not. We'll fly you out to Atlanta. Would it be like a free vacation?" I was broke. They said a free vacation in Atlanta. I said, "I'm going." So I flew out there, and literally that weekend changed my life in a major way. Well, I saw almost like $3 million worth of bonus checks given away on stage. Just a bunch of regular people, just like you and I. And what really got to me as a single father, when I was a single father, is when I saw a single mom with 6 kids hold a $25,000 bonus check. She said she was a chicken farmer. I said, "Man, I'm in." So I got started, and you guys, man, I was just excited. But I did it the wrong way, kind of like my buddies were doing to me. I just was blabbing, and I'm doing it the wrong way. And so I'm telling you, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up. You will. It's going to happen. But I had told a bunch of people. Then finally, actually, 4 of my buddies during that 2-day period of time when I was out there actually looked at the video. 4 of them got started. I made what it cost for me to get started back that weekend, which I had to borrow. Within 30 days, I qualified for the BMW bonus. Went for no house, for no place, couch surfing for 2 years, no car for 2 years, to BMW. So that was a beautiful blessing. And then 8 months went on to the level of ambassadors, where you start to generate a 6-figure income. I've actually been blessed to help a lot of other people generate that kind of income, and have made over $560,000 doing this business. So it's a huge blessing. it's a huge blessing. But like I say, the reason I kind of had you do that is because you got to get uncomfortable. The reason a lot of us are where we were at, and I was broke, is just being in a comfort zone. And so I say just get uncomfortable. And the beautiful thing about what we do here is you can learn how to get good at what we do by just staying around the right environment, plugging into the people that are making this happen. And if people aren't making what happen or things happen that you want in your life, then please do yourself a favor. Don't listen to those people because it's not going to help you. So So I get the fortunate pleasure of showing you the money, all right? And I'm going to get to that. Oh yeah, babe, where's that picture? I wanted to also point out this. Who got started with this challenge thing because you wanted to be able to lose weight or maybe help other people out to where they could lose weight or get fit or things like that? Who got started because they wanted to make money? Yeah, I got started because I wanted to make money. I really, the whole, health thing, I need to make money. That's why I got started. But what happens later on in life, as I started plugging away, you realize that the only way to really make this thing happen is if you care about making things happen for other people. And this has to do with me changing people's life. I used to be like Skeletor, real skinny, and I'm not like huge or anything like that. But I just wanted to show, where's that? My little transformation, and you can just kind of pass it on if you want or whatnot. And so my transformation, I ended up putting on over 20 pounds of lean body muscle mass with the challenge. So it's from like 170 to now I weigh about 193. And so huge blessing there. Huge blessing there. And so cool. So anyways, just wanted to show that aspect of, what I'm saying? So the challenge is something that it becomes you, you know what I'm saying? You might be in for money, get in, but what happens is you realize the value of being able to change people's lives. And you guys, that's the only reason I've made the money that I've made is because of changing people's lives. 1 to 10 pounds at a time now. So anyways, get paid to party! So check it out. So how can I get paid to promote the challenge? So the cool thing is when you go on there and you click, you want to promote the challenge, the first thing that comes up is, and it's defaulted to that executive promoter system, because that system or the STAR system are literally the best ways to get started in this. The other way is just kind of putting your toe in the water. This way, though, allows you to really maximize, a lot of the bonuses, allows you to jump rank a lot faster in this company than the other way of getting started as a basic. There's a significant difference between getting started this way or that way. And the thing about it is a lot of people are going to do what you guys do. So if you are a basic or you got started as a basic, get yourself upgraded, because people are going to ask you, so which way did you get started? And you're just going to kind of set yourself up for a business that either goes slow or fast. Who wants to go fast? You got to follow the footsteps of the people that go fast. And the people that go fast are executive or star promoter. There's a free ViNet. Okay, and that's what we call ViNet Lite, but that is not, you're not in business with ViNet Lite. You're not in business. You can't track your organization. You can't see really your commissions. There's so much that you cannot do if you're on ViNet Lite. And you guys, to go to ViNet Pro, it's $29. You guys, listen, my business is $29 a month. I don't pay for my kid. It's $29 a month for me to make a 5-figure monthly residual income. It's not a lot. Wait, you know what I'm saying? I know people that have spent hundreds of thousands. Who's have business owners? Who's traditional? How much did your business cost? Traditional business.
A month or?
Well, yeah, I mean, totally.
To get started, I had 160,000.
160,000. How about you?
250 grand.
Oh, how about you?
300
300 grand. How about you?
Yeah,
several. Yeah. You guys. It cost my business was $4.99 that I had to borrow. It cost me $29 a month. It yielded me 8 months later, and it doesn't matter how many months or how many years. The thing is, you guys, I have independence. I have freedom. I don't have to punch a clock. I get blessed to just help people, and it's very inexpensive for me to do it. So the ViNet Pro, that's going to set you up to where you really start to utilize your business. You track your business, because that back office is like a Fortune 500 company type of back office. It's very, very detailed, way beyond anything out there when it comes to this type of a business. You also have that access to training. That's the thing about it, is you guys get to get trained as you do this. You're not gonna. You have to be bad before you're good. You have to be good before you're great. But if you stay plugged in, you'll get there. You'll definitely get there. And that whole wildlife magazine, the whole back office training that you get. I mean, on my mobile phone, I can just put my mobile phone up right now and go to my ViNet, and I can, plug right into training and watch videos on people that are doing this. So you can, what we call mastering this model. ViNet Swipe is really cool because that allows you the ability to be able to be portable. You got a credit card, you got a big party going on, all you do is swipe. Credit card's right there. You don't have to worry about messing up on the numbers or anything like that. So it just allows you to turn into your business into a mobile force. And it's I don't know, simplicity is the word I'm going to use. Compensation plan, right? So let's get into it. So active promoter. Active promoter, how do you become active? Active is doing $125 in personal qualified volume on an auto ship, meaning it's something that happens every month. It's automatically going to be taken out. The other way is $200 in person, and that doesn't have to be your own personal. Of course, it will be that and beyond, but you'll get it for free, so it doesn't matter. But somebody, a customer or whatnot, has to do $125 in the auto ship volume, or other words, $200 in just customer volume. So you say somebody doesn't want to do auto ship, which is really ridiculous. It's a 90-day challenge, so you want to do it 90 days at a time. But if not, I don't want to do that, then $200 just flat out, that also makes you active. An active promoter, $0 to $300. Anybody know why they make $0? They don't do anything. So, active promoter, basically $0 to $300. But listen, the thing about it is, what extra bills could you make for that $300? Thank you, appreciate it. For that $300, I think that was just a little bit ago where they were talking about the national average for somebody that has to go into bankruptcy is what? It's like around $300. Somebody could have stayed out of foreclosure, actually. Excuse me, it's foreclosure. Somebody could have stayed out of that just for an extra $300. So it makes a difference. Just sharing the simple challenge. Challenge 3 gets yours free. Who's getting their kit for free in here? We like to say it's much better free. It really is. And the ability to do it, you guys. John C. Maxwell, we're doing a lot of coaching with him. He's awesome, awesome guy. #1 side out personal leadership trainer in the world by Forbes magazine, ranked by Forbes magazine. He says the only thing you should do alone is go to the bathroom. Listen, man. Why not challenge 3 of your friends to do the challenge with you? When you and my boy Rashad, man, things have changed for me physically because me and this dude, we're in the gym, but we push each other and motivate each other. And so just for challenging 3 people, you get your kit for free. You know what I'm saying? Might as well go ahead and start challenging people that you care about. But have at least 3 personal challenge kit customers this month. And it has to be, it says right there, make sure the total challenge kit qualification, the volume is of your 3 or more personal customers is at least 3 times whatever your kit is. So if you got a shape kit, which is $99, you want 3 people to be on the shape kit. So anyways, it just needs to be 3 times that amount. All right, cool. So director, here we go. Now director is where you have 3 active promoters. Remember, that's just $125, okay, or the $200, and a total amount of $2,000. So how did I do that? Well, I had 4 people got started as executive promoter, so that was over $2,000, and that allowed me to be to hit the rank of director. An average income for a director is $300 to $700, and it's just extra Play-Doh. You can pay some bills. I mean, it's a little bit means a lot. That's all I can say. And I don't know for most of you, when I was working my job, to make an extra $300 to $700, I just go to a burger flipper, and I don't knock anybody, okay? But if they got a triple flipper burgers scooper, they're not going to make any extra money because they're flipping more burgers a lot faster. So to be able to have the ability to make that extra income, by just, like I said, promoting this challenge is a big deal. Becoming a rising star, so hit director in 30 days or less. This is huge. This is what we do. If you just focus on that, that's the most important victory, aside from 3 for free, which is important as well. But that right there, if you master just getting people started, taking them to rising star, I'm telling you, that is the key to this business, big time. So I understand that rank is so important. Now, average income when you hit this regional director, that's doing $12,500 in volume. Where we have this thing called a 60% rank criteria, which all it means is that you can't have more than $7,500 in a group. So say you had a group that was $10,000, and you had this group that's I'm not even gonna get into it. If you had to invest $10,000, you can only use 7,500 of that. It would count towards you jumping rank to regional director. The other 5,000 of that 12,500 would have to come from your other two groups. Average income right here is $1,000 to $2,000. Now you're talking about a mortgage payment, a car payment, a free meal replacement. Matter of fact, me and my buddy Rashad right now, who we brought in a bunch of folks over this last week, that these are all folks that are being, how, 18, 23 is what we call VIY. These folks all saw the value. They came down. They're here at this event. They've only been in for like 3 days. But they see the value, and my man Rashad right here is like literally $1,700, $1,800 away from hitting this rank. He's so committed. He had bought a BMW, black BMW, way before he even, because he was committed. He saw the value. He loves helping people. So I love that guy. But he's going to be bringing in by the end of this month an extra, it's between $1,000 to $2,000 a month, just for hitting that rank of regional director. How many can use an extra $1,000 to $2,000? Would that be good? Yeah, it's a Beaver Club. This is cool. This is bam, bam. Which one do you want? Oh, I got the 7. I had to have it. Up to $600 monthly bonus, you guys, for hitting that Beaver Club. I don't like BMWs. Okay, well, you don't have to get a BMW. Then what will happen is the company will pay you $300 monthly cash payment. But if you have it a black, silver, or green BMW, you get a $600 monthly BMW bonus. Over 18,000 you guys qualifiers to date with our program, and this here is huge. If you want brand new, we got like a fleet that we're out. You just go into the dealership, you bring in a form, and there's no, how many of you bought a car? I used to sell cars a long time ago. It's not fun. So you just walk in and say, hey, here you go, and pick out whatever model you want, and you've got a set price. Awesome, because there's not very many companies overall that have any type of program like that. So boom. All right, so national director, cool, 40,000. You still got this all the way up. You're gonna have a 60% rank criteria. So $40,000 in volume. Can't have more than 24,000 come from one of your organizations to count towards it. Average income is $2,250 to $3,750. Cut back on hours. Work some where the pays less that you enjoy more. Yeah. Work from home if you really want. I don't know what you make. But I've got my gal right there, which is my lady that's in almost the last row on this side. She's about to hit national director. This month, and that's all from running with the man over here. So we can work with people, and you're able to push people up. It's so powerful what we can do. And then they just had this Indy experience, so they'll have another one. And that Indy experience is huge because you really, as you hit Indy, it's moving up. You've got a larger team, and they show you really how to facilitate going to the next level. If you decide you want to be able to generate a 6-figure income, that's great. They'll show you how to do that, but they'll definitely show you how to move your business forward to whatever level that you want. It's that serious leadership where you're running. You're in there with the 3 founders. You're in there with multi-millionaires that have made this happen. You guys are regular people, just like us. And so they'll have another one that comes up, and that's cool. The going deep bonus, baby, get it. This is cool because I extended this in 2014. $5,000 bonus. It's paid over 6 months. This is just earn the full bonus with the 12 months of qualification day. You must be qualified. So this thing is super cool. Being able to get paid extra for doing the same thing that you already are gonna be doing. Now, presidential director, you guys, this is when you step into and now they put it up there now. Oh, dang it. Now this is when it's $80,000 in volume, okay? So it's a jump, but it's a team. You got a team, so you're not doing this. It's not like your job or whatever where you're doing everything you do is what you do. Now this is a team effort here, and so when you jump to $80,000 in volume, 48,000 you can count from that group again. Average income 4,000 to 6,000, and that's my favorite thing. You get a call in well, boss, I ain't coming into work today. So you get fired your boss, you guys. I mean, you really could at that level for most people. Some people maybe are a whole bunch more and even more than that. But it's definitely an awesome thing for just going around and challenging people and making a difference in people's lives. Go PD. This is cool because it's a $10,000 bonus. So you got the $5,000, then you got the $10,000, and it's paid over 6 months. It's just the same thing as the Indy bonus, but it's double the money. So ambassador, this is when you get the Spaths and the Mullers and the stables, and this is when you get yourself to where you're able to generate a 6-figure income. And I always thought I would do that. I always knew. As a matter of fact, some things you have to speak into existence. And I really mean that. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. If you think, oh, I can't do this, then you ain't gonna do it. But when you start to speak things into existence, you guys, and you start to take action, you know what I'm saying, based on what you learn that are proper or simple, step-by-step things that we do, you help enough people, and you put yourself in a position where you're making $8,000 to $10,000, and who wouldn't it be? Doggone it, it's nice. It's powerful. It's man, it's exhilarating. I mean, I went on more vacations and trips with paid for people to go on vacations and trips. My mom, you know, worked for the state for 30 plus years. Called me after she retired and said, and I'd already been doing fine, been doing real well. But called me up because she's a committed person. She doesn't like to say, oh, I need this. She just goes and makes things happen, and I appreciate that I learned that from her. But she called me up after 30 years of being with the state, 35 years, and said, son, I think I'm going to have to go back and get a part-time job. That sucks. After the 40 years or whatever, you know what I'm saying, doing the same path of everybody else and following it, you know, and she wanted me to work for the state, I remember a long time ago. That's not something I wanted to do, and so just a huge blessing when you're able to get to this level of income and beyond to be able to help out people that you care about and love. $25,000 bonus, which is just awesome. And it just says there, how big is your dream? Because it sucks if you're not dreaming. And hopefully if you're here right now, even a few days in or a few months in, hopefully you're dreaming again. If you're not, something's wrong. I'm just going to say that. But one-star ambassador, this is cool. This is when you start to jump up. And this is what happens when you break an ambassador. So you're an ambassador. You help somebody else. Understand, it's again about helping people, you guys. Help somebody go to ambassador. You're talking about making between $11,000 to $15,000 a month of income. What happens if you go 2-star? That's breaking another ambassador. That's helping somebody else get to ambassadors. Or somebody in your organization that brings somebody in, takes somebody ambassador. It's such a powerful thing with this team thing. But you're talking about $15,000 to $25,000 a month income. This is real, you guys. This is real. This is numbers don't lie. People lie. Numbers don't lie. 3-star ambassador. That's when you break a third ambassador that you personally brought on board the team. $30,000 to $40,000 a month, and it's cool because you jump an extra $75,000, and you're starting to make so your bonus jumps up to that $100,000 range there. 4-star, man, smack it back there. What did you do? The system. $40,000 to $50,000 a month. You guys as a 4-star ambassador, and when you jump to 5-star, you're 60 to 70,000. Matter of fact, I actually know of a 5-star, which we've all know of this guy, this Ernest Ross guy that's just ripping it up and just challenging 10 pounds at a time. And last month, his check was not 70,000; it was $90,000, over $90,000.
He's over 100 now.
He's over 100 now. Yeah, so done. Yeah. $150,000 additional bonus on top of that. And remember when I was telling you about Director and Rising Star? That's what it is. It's making it simple, moving, and I just read it, making it simple, moving through the plan. It's a system. You got to look at, I hate McDonald's, but you got to look at McDonald's. Billions and billions are served, you guys. You come in, a bunch of freckle-faced kids, what used to be, hey, welcome to McDonald's, may I please take your order? So I haven't been there for a while, so I might forget, but where's the fries? I've been in McDonald's since I started going. I don't eat fast food. Fastest food is a
shake.
Muchas gracias. No,
A shake.
Put it on. But where are the fries at? What, on the left, I think? You're standing? I don't know, but anyways, it's a system. It's a system, and is why they've served billions and billions. And yes, we have a system, but if you try to reinvent that system, this is why you go to a McDonald's school. You can't just get a McDonald's franchise. You have to go to a school when you get a McDonald's franchise. There's a system in place, and we have it. So moving through the plants, go Rising Star. That's the first thing you want to do. Now what happens is, well, now you got a team. You got 3 people, at least, because you went Rising Star. So now what we do is create 6 Rising Stars. Okay? You create 6 Rising Stars, you're now hitting the BMW bonus. Okay? Now, move through that. Let's take a little further. Create 12 cars. Okay? All together collectively, and it's something that's ongoing, through a month. That's calendar time. It equals ambassador, and you're, earning 100,000 plus a year, you guys, just from helping people, just from moving through Rising Star, showing somebody to go Rising Star. Because once they do it, and they know how to do it, they can proceed on. And then create 5 ambassadors. Well, shoot, man, like they say, he's over 100,000. What would you do with $100,000 a month? That's powerful. That's powerful. You can do a lot. You can do a lot of things like this. You don't need that budget anymore. You don't. It just opens up the door. You guys just living your dream life. By the way, the gentleman that did that has no experience in this industry of networking at all. He just followed the system that we have in place of challenging 10 people, or challenge people 10 pounds at a time, you guys. And so I'm fortunate enough to bring up, and it's been a blessing working with these folks because they're committed. And that's what you want to do, is you want to work with people that are committed. Because there's fair weather people. Oh, the weather's great, so everything's good, and then the weather's bad, and it's gloom and doom. You don't want to be around that. That's wishy-washy, that's fair weather. And so I'm honored to bring up David and Alisa Muller.
So we need to talk about what we call the Circle of Five. And it's basically the 3 weekly pools. Why don't you start?
Yeah, so 3 important pools to hit within your first 30 days. How many of you guys are within your first 30 days of being at ViSalus? Awesome. Okay. Yay, 2, 3. All right, awesome. How many of you guys have uploaded your video? Your I Want It video? Awesome. Guess what? You made one of the pools. So what that means is once you upload your video, anytime that you help anyone that you personally enrolled, challenger or promoter, have them upload their video, when they lose their 10 pounds and or gain their 10 pound lean muscle, you get paid.
See, it's my belief that
I don't know, you get paid. That's pretty good, right? I don't know. When trainers ever get paid for results? I don't know of any, right? David and I helped somebody lose 10 pounds this last work week, and we got paid $33. $33 for helping somebody that we would help anyway, regardless.
Not about moving product or anything like that, but helping somebody get results.
Right.
Who pays for that? So as we talk about these pools, every goal that you have, every rank, every dollar amount that you want to earn, every goal that you have can be a lot. It's built on these 3 pools and your challenge, right? Every goal that you'll have in ViSalus, every why that you align with why, this is the building block of it. And so, we talked about systems. We talked about, going Rising Star and building, step by step and build up on that. Everything that we do is centered around these 3 things. And if we just focus on these 3 pools, and that's all we ever focused on, you would have a perfectly running model. You'd hit every rank, and you would make a ton of money.
And Medivha talked about us being committed. I call it relentless. But basically what we do is we do this 7 days at a time. The bi-work week starts Friday and Thursday at midnight. So each week, David and I live our challenge the best that we can. We falter up and down, as everyone does. We're human. But while we're doing that, we're challenging others to better their health and fitness. Some are in the tunnel, or the funnel, we call it the funnel of haven't decided, haven't had 10 minutes to go watch the video, haven't come to a party, but sooner or later they're all getting through our funnel, they're going to come out as no's for now, or 1s, 2s, or 3s. And because of that attitude, that's why we're very consistent, we're very committed, and we really haven't stopped since we started. We don't ebb and flow, we actually ebb and flow on our challenge, because that's what life is about. The challenge is a part of who we are. So the next step is the 3 for free poll.
Who uses an electronic calendar, like a Google Calendar or something like that, in your phone or something like that? You ever go in and you can change the settings? What's the first day of the week? Saturday, Sunday or Monday? I changed the first day of the week to Friday, because Friday is my Monday, Monday is my hump day, and Thursday is my Friday.
At first I was so confused, like Monday is hump day, David.
In ViSalus, I mean, that's the way so on Mondays, you go on Facebook and you see all these hashtags, thank God, or I hate Mondays, right? I said, I love Mondays. Mondays is payday at ViSalus, and it's hump day. It's the middle of the week for us. So now we're looking at, okay, so what goals did I set on Friday, and how am I doing on them? Let's because it's the middle of the week. So it's a different mindset, but that's the way, I mean, I literally set my calendar to go Friday through Thursday.
And the cool thing, and then we'll move on to the next pool, is that each week you get to reset. So if you had a bad week, which we all do, right? You just get to reset and you go, okay, what did I do last week? I'm going to beat last week. And if you think about it in the mindset of competing against yourself, all you're doing is helping more people, and that's the mind frame you have. All you're doing is helping people. So the next bonus pool is my personal favorite, and Medivha started because of the money. I started because I needed the challenge, but this got me in the business, the 3 for free pool. I literally said no to the business. David put us in anyway. I was the supporting wife. I'll be your best before and after. We already own 4 businesses. The last thing I need is another business. So within 3 weeks, I had lost, I think it was like 10 to 12 pounds. But what I really got back was my salmon. And the people that were close to me saw I was normal again and not cuckoo. Because I was basically living off of caffeine and sugar. So Starbucks was my home. They knew me like Norm Cheers at our local Starbucks. I would literally get in my from my pajamas in the car, go up to the drive-thru. Vodka Loco was my drug of choice for my breakfast. And then lunch was a triple tall. In between that, I'd have some lemon heads and maybe
popping lemon heads like Harvey pops 5-pack.
Right? Yeah, it was bad. But honestly, it was a 3-year series of compound effects of negative choices of nutrition. But what got me was the 3 for free. So we had 12 people join us without me wanting to actually challenge or share this with anybody, and all of them wanted to get their kids for free. So the next month, basically we helped 11 of the 12 get their kids for free, and then I was in. That's what got my heart, is saving people money and actually having, it's not even saving, it's like putting money back in their household so they can do other things like pay their bills or bring home. I know a kit of $299 is not a lot of money maybe to some of you guys, but if you get a kit like that for a husband and you get a kit like that for a wife, then you put a couple of the kids on it, you're saving thousands of dollars in their household per month. That could bring a spouse home without them even being in the business. Do you see how much power we have in helping people? They don't even have to be a 3. So that's what got me passionate. So how many of you guys stand up if you have your kit for free for next month? So you've already earned it. Awesome. Good job. Fantastic. Okay, great. Now, for those of you that are still sitting, we have about 7 days left, probably 7 because they usually extend it by 1 day. You have 7 days to get your kit for free. So go into your back office, look at how many challengers you have on auto ship. You can also hit the help button. Ask them what do you need to get your kit for free. What I do is by this time of the month, I lock into whatever kit we get for free, and then I make a goal by the end of the month to either up it to the next kit, or if I have a fit kit, I'm good, and I move on to our next position because we each have a position in ViSalus. So the cool thing is you get to decide. But the excellent thing is once you get your kit for free, every time you help somebody else do that for their first time, you get paid in the pools. Now, I'd like to share a little bit in the audience about how many people have had some great experiences with the 3 for frees. I'll start with ours in January. We helped a person get a balance kit for free, and we got paid $89. The balance kit is $49. We got paid in the pool. Now, again, this is an exaggerated version, but it shows you that if you run week to week and you're always getting paid in free pool and you have enough challengers on and you're getting paid in that project 10, easily you can make $100 just on those bonus pools, week to week. So anybody else have any?
Let me clarify that real quick. She's not exaggerating that version.
No.
It just doesn't always split up that.
Right, that's the highest I've heard of a balance cake. Usually they're about $20 to $40. Yes, Harvey.
Yeah, I mean, and the number fluctuates because it's profit. 1% of the profit, company's profit goes into these pools, right? So depending on how many people qualify that week, it might be bigger, it might be smaller. It does run on a point system, depending on what team you help get for free.
Yes.
But mine was a new promoter when I got started. I helped him get a transformation kit for free, $200 bonus.
Awesome. We also have an ND that helps somebody get their big kit for free for the first time, and it was $479 in the pool. Yeah. Go ahead. Next.
I was thinking, that's awesome. I thought I was doing well. My last transformation kit for free. I got $176.
That's still amazing. That's so amazing. I love it. I love it. So the whole principle, I'm hoping that when you guys leave, there's lots of things that you get from this, but what I want to emphasize the most is the week to week. The week to week, at whatever speed you want, will save you as far as all of your goals and your financial wants and desires. It will save you frustration, and it's about you, your week to week, not your team's week to week. So and so didn't get you so whatever rank you want, or that's not what we focus on. We focus on our own selves week to week, and we teach others to do the same. So the speed doesn't matter. It's the action of your own personal challenge and getting as many people through the funnel as you can, coming out as no's, 1s, 2s, or 3s. No's for nows.
Who has been to a regional success training? All right, who's been on a closing the month call? Like a ViSalus closing the month call, RBNF, or anything like that? Okay. You know, they talk about opening and closing the month. What we started doing is we started opening and closing the week the same way that we used to teach opening and closing the month. You set a goal for that week. It doesn't have to be huge.
No.
It just has to be something that you can do. And everybody, so if you have everybody on the team set a small goal to do that week, it will accumulate and compound and over time. So every week, all you're doing is just focusing on something. You don't have to focus on going Rising Star. You don't have to focus on something big. Just focus on getting your video uploaded. Just focus on helping your new challenger get their video filmed and uploaded. If you could just do one small thing each week, and every week set a new goal and just focus on that week. That's what we mean by running week to week. And if you teach your team that and do that and create that culture in your team, it will compound and it will grow, and that's the way your team will work. And I think you'll be excited.
Yeah, and Medivha mentioned Ernest Ross. We learned from him on stage. He closes and opens his day. So we haven't built that muscle yet. We're doing pretty good, I'd say, medium-sized muscle on the week to week. But I'm excited to get to the opening and closing.
And when you decide, when you're on Friday morning or Thursday night, when you're finished closing out Friday morning, when you think about what goals that you're going to set for that week, make sure that they coincide with one of these three pools.
Oh, yeah.
This is the building block. These three pools are the building block of anything that you want out of ViSalus. Period.
So the last one is the Rising Star pool. So let's talk about that.
Oh, what does the Rising Star pool do? It unlocks your lifetime challenge bonus. The lifetime challenge. Who really, really understands the lifetime challenge bonus?
It is interesting.
Okay. It's pretty amazing because why don't we do that visual? Okay. I need 3 volunteers. Come up here. 3 volunteers. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So just for illustrative purposes, let's say. Okay. So obviously, in order to unlock the lifetime challenge bonus, first of all, you have to go Rising Star. So let's say I go Rising Star, and I help these 3 people go Rising Star also. So I've unlocked the lifetime challenge bonus for all 3 of these people. I'm going to get a piece of what they do for the lifetime of my ViSalus business. Okay. Now, to qualify, you go Rising Star, and then everyone that you personally enroll, that you help them go Rising Star, they're going to qualify also. Okay. And then When you go regional director, then it'll start paying out. And you're going to get paid, not from them, but based on their volume, a bonus check, okay? Anywhere from 10 to 50%, okay? So 5 years down the line, we all went Rising Star. 5 years down the line, what's your name again? Chance. Chance goes, he stays at regional director. He doesn't really go on anything else. He stays at regional director. What's the average income for a regional director? $1,700. So, and I stay at regional director too. Okay, so I stay at regional director. 5 years down the road, that's all I ever do. I just stay at regional director. I'm driving a BMW, I'm getting my challenge kits for free, and making $1,700 a month, right? So because I helped him go Rising Star, and he stayed at regional director, I'm going to get 10% of his 17, not from him, but I'm going to get, what is that, an extra $170 a month from the lifetime challenge bonus that I helped him go RD. Okay. Sue, right? 5 years down the road, Sue disappears. Never see her again. Just hypothetically. Obviously, that doesn't happen, right? Obviously, I'm just making an illustration. Okay. So, what's my lifetime challenge bonus from Sue? Boom! Right. Okay. But Cassandra here, she goes 5-star ambassador. Okay? What's the average income for a 5-star ambassador?
Way more than I make now.
Okay.
Let's just use 50 for illustration.
Okay. And 10% of that is? Okay. So I'm an RD, making about $1,700 a month, making $170 from this lifetime challenge bonus. 5-star lifetime challenge bonus, I'm making an extra $5,000 a month as an RD just from that one bonus. Just from that one person. Now, how many people do you want to help go Rising Star unlock that lifetime challenge bonus? Thanks, you guys. Somebody had to be that example, okay?
So you get the bonus.
When you hit regional
When you
director.
hit RD, as long as you qualify for RD, you're going to get that bonus.
Based on
Everyone
who
who
helps.
enroll in Help Go Rising
But it's
Star.
always a one, so every month you get that.
Every month.
Yes.
Pretty sweet.
On top of all the other ways that they spoil us rotten.
This is good. No, this is an awesome deal before they added that. And now look, it's ridiculous. You have a question?
As long as the person that you got to Rising Star at least takes direct, you make that.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
That's an excellent point there. Yes.
Can you repeat that so they can have?
The director has to be requalified for you to make the 10%.
Yeah, we help them go Rising Star as long as they requalify.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, like we just talked. Achieve Rising Star, help them go Rising Star.
You can find all
and then
the
achieve RD. Just start getting it.
fine lines, details, lifetime.by.com.
If you have more questions.
All right. moving on.
Okay, so now, who really understands the lifetime challenge?
And what I'm hoping is the week to week, so that you don't quit. Week to week running will set you free of all frustration, I can promise you. We've been in it for 3 years, and we hit Ambassador 12 months to the day almost of signing up. We packed up our house, rented it out, and we've been on the road ever since until we break an Ambassador. We thought that would happen in 90 days, but guess what? Things happen. But what I do know is that because we're running week to week, we're going to be, there isn't even a rank for the rank that we're going to be because we're in it for the long haul. This saved my life. I don't want to be over dramatic, but it really did help our marriage because we're both passionate about this. We found something that we're both passionate about together as a team. So just keep on dripping on people. Those that are no's for now. Run yourself week to week. Teach others to do the same, one person at a time. Don't take your whole team right now and try and teach them how to go run week to week. Teach one person so that you become a very experienced teacher. And then once you get it down, keep it going for the compound effect.
And as most of you know, ViSalus has been around for 7, 8 years or something like that. The challenge has been around for about 5. But in the last 5 years, we've revolutionized the industry. Not only have we revolutionized the nutrition industry, we've revolutionized the network marketing industry. That hasn't really been revolutionized since the 70s. This is kind of a big deal. But everything that we've done over the last 5 years, we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg. We're brand new still, kind of. I mean, we're going to be around for a long time, and we have new products coming out in September. We have new countries opening.
And how many of you guys would
so
like
much
to?
more that we're going to do over the next 5 years. It's just amazing to me, and I feel so blessed, really, to be right here, right now, with you guys. Because when you really understand and see where we're at and where we're going, you're going to get excited.
Well, and in closing, what I'd like to have you guys, if you don't already know this, do you know that ViSalus is going to be the healthiest fast food on the planet for every meal, every snack? How many of you guys want to own a company like that? That's right, I do. And it's our mission to spread this word so that when that does come into fruition, they know you. You're branded as that person, not the person that was trying to sell them a shake. You're actually challenging them for a better life and health.
So I'm pretty excited to hear from our next speaker. You want to talk a little bit about who we're bringing up?
Yes, our fellow, not just ViSalus amazing one-star ambassadors, and Ryan's not here today, but we have the pleasure of having his beautiful wife, and she's from Canada. And not only are they obviously leaders in the industry of ViSalus, but they have become great friends of ours and our team. And it just shows, like with Harvey and Medivha, none of us have been enrolled by each other, but we are a team together. And that's what I love about ViSalus is I have no idea who's enrolled by who. I just know that they are on somebody else's team, but we are all one team. And that's what I love about the Millers. They've helped us so much. They've helped our team so much, and we're very privileged to have them here. They made the drive, and yes, so. On my other heel. So this feels weird to me. I like to drop my kids off and strap on some heels, any clothes I can wear. Matching free for free. I'm the same. My husband worked corporately for the largest network marketing company in the world. Starts with A, ends with a way. He worked for them for 5 years in their corporate field. He was director of operations for one of their product lines. And when we first saw the challenge, Ryan said no. Of course he said no because he was risking his job. And I said yes, and he said no. And I said, well, let's just look at it. And so he said no to everything, to be honest, about the compensation plan, and we weren't interested in shakes. Most of our friends were CrossFit professionals, and we're all uppity in what we thought we knew about what we knew nothing about. And when we saw the 3 for free, it's like the world froze, and he said, "Do you know how smart that is?" And the guy talking to us said, "Yeah, I do. I've been doing this for 8 months." We said, "Do you know how smart that is?" Because here's what happens. How many of you, this is your first stab at any home-based business, network marketing, anything? 18-year-olds? Yes, I was waiting.
Nice.
I'm going to tell you something. So here's what normally happens. Legitimately what normally happens. You sign up for $500 to $1,000. Maybe they got a special deal. You get it for $99. Woo. Every month, you have to order and pay for your own products in the upwards of $1,000. Who here has an extra $1,000? And you got to hawk them in your garage, bury them in your backyard to try to hit titles. Nobody makes any money. That's true. I'm not saying it's not true. So when we saw the 3 for free, we were like, how free? Free. No, like free one time? No, it's free. It doesn't happen. Unless they've copied our compensation plan, it doesn't happen anywhere. And the coolest thing about 3 for free is that at the end of a challenge party, when you ask them if you're a 1, 2, or 3, and they say they're a 1 or a 2, the customer becomes a promoter without even knowing it. They're like, well, I don't want to get paid. I don't want to promote. But they lose 10 pounds. They walk around like, I lost 10 pounds. You need to get on this stuff, but I don't want to promote. Okay. We had customers that have 17 customers that do not want to promote. And I have told them how much money I'm making. And they don't care. I buy them a present, give them a high five, and say, way to go. That's how important this is. That's how excited we got. Personal customer Christian. I'm not going to go over this because you can do this in your back office. Just see the top one, do that. It costs money. Set goals for yourself. We set great goals for our team. We do fun events. Anyone that does over 1,000 PQB in our team, we do fun events every month for them. Take them to movies. Do whatever's a fun way to incentivize them. We have one coming up in August. We're doing the Jimmy Fallon Olympics. I don't know. Do you guys watch Jimmy Fallon? He's so funny. No, that's Canadian. He's so funny. And if you know these really stupid games with celebrities, we're going to do that ourselves. We're going to make a lot of money for our kids again. Fastest way, get $700 a month, get a transformation kit. Who has a transformation kit for free? Oh, that's awesome. Who has a fuel kit for free? A kit for free? Okay, that's awesome. I would make your goal to get a fuel kit or a bug for free every single month. And once you get yours for free, sign up your spouse. We have, my husband has a free kit, I have a free kit, our son has a free kit, and every now and then so does our daughter, who's free. Sometimes she gets a free kit too. Yeah. So if you have a transformation kit or a fit kit for free, and you help free customers get their products for free, that's it. Who thinks that sounds fun? Sounds pretty easy, right? $700 a month. What we do is $700 a month. That brings a wife home. For us, that made us pay our rent on time. We're always short, always calling dad. That's another car. That's actually buying good, nutritious food to put in your body rather than the crap that you pick up from the store. $700 a month is options to family. For us, $500 a month changed our life. Matt, make a list of your customers. Okay. Who here has a couple lists? I like to say have a list of your, have a book. If you don't have a book, go to the dollar store and go get one. Have a page of your current customers, your customers that have dropped off, and the people who don't know that they want to be customers yet. Call them directly, ask them if they want the product for free. I do this in the beginning. We were talking about this in the car on the way down. I don't ask somebody if they want it for free. I tell them that they want it for free. And I find that people, when you ask them, will say no because they're scared. But if you say, you must be so excited to get your products for free, and then they say, here's the common objection we talked about in the car. Well, I don't want to sell my friends. I don't want to sell my friends either. I've had 2 sales jobs. I've been fired from both of them because I'm way too honest. But what I did want to do is help my dad get off his diabetes medication. He lost 60 pounds off his diabetes medication. That's not right? Tell them stories. Anytime someone says, I don't want to sell, tell them a story. We have girl Jill Elaine. She was at home, wanted to commit suicide. She's down 136 pounds while she made a phone call to see if she could get her products for free. The guy picks up on the other end of the phone. His name was Dan. They're now engaged. She's lost 136 pounds. He's lost 60 pounds. They were challenge finalists. I didn't want to sell anyone either. She didn't want to sell anyone either. Look at her life. She was just a customer, right? So when someone says they don't want it, they don't want to sell, they don't want it for free, just say, me too. Everyone hates selling. No one likes to be sold. Let's go share it. And I also say, maybe you don't want to right now, but watch me make a deal. When you lose 10 pounds, you're so fired up and excited, you think of 3 people you love that need this, and you just send them a message and say, I'm going to call. That's it. Take the onus off of them. Put it onto you, right? If you don't ask, they'll never do it. Oh, it's right in front of me. You don't have to be smart. Schedule their customer challenge party. Who here does customer challenge parties? Okay, yes. Yeah. Well, sometimes. Yeah, that's okay. So to incentivize people to book customer challenge parties, we go buy a little Hamilton Beach blender. They're $15 down here in the States, like $10. You know, little handheld blenders. Everything in Canada is double. So the little handheld blenders, we buy those, and when I do a promoter challenge party, I say, if you book a customer challenge party and you have 5 or more guests there, you get to take this blender home. Which is, they could go buy it for $10, but it's free, so it's awesome. And now with Summer Buy Buy, if I were you guys, I would leave this room and call every human I know and say, do you want to get a free shape kit? Do you want a customer? New customer. You're my new customer. You just got a shape kit. Do you want to book a challenge party and throw 8 people in? I don't care if they order and they hate you and they hate shakes and they hate me. Let's get 8 people to your house, have them go through a full challenge party, and you're going to get a free shake kit. Do you think you're going to get 8 people to your house? $100 product credit. 3 boxes of cookies. That's delicious. Right?
Yeah.
How many people utilize the server by vibe promotion? Honestly. How many people have no clue what I'm talking about? Okay. Oh, good. I picked you. Okay, so the company is running a promotion right now until the end of July, so you still have a week to get it in, where when you book a challenge party for a promoter or a customer, there's 1 to 7 guests there. They get a $50 product rebate from the company. When they have more than 8, they get a $100 product rebate from the company. Right now, I wouldn't do anything tonight except for go home, make a list, call all of your customers, and say, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you fill out your house. Do you want my help? Do you want to get a $100 product rebate? Do you want to get that buy trim and buy split? Remember, you couldn't afford the transformation kit. Now you can. Remember, you couldn't afford the fit kit. Now you can. You can get the additional add-ons with this product credit. Doesn't matter who orders. Doesn't matter if 8 people show up and don't order. But you and I both know 8 people come into a house and you're in there excited. I've had people walk in like this, and by the end they're like, I'm a free. Like, so make sure that you do this tonight. Go public for them. People are scared. I copy and paste them what to say on their Facebooks, and I tag myself in it so that when people comment, I go and comment and I send the message. It's a customer. They don't want to do any work. They just want to get their products free. And they didn't sign up as a promoter because they didn't want to do work. So help them. Go run their customer challenge parties for them. Make it fun. Up to you if you want to show part 1 or part 2 of the video. It's up to you. I usually show part 1 at customer challenge parties, and then I drip on everyone there. And anyone that wants to be a promoter, I follow up with after. Right? And that was something I learned from a very smart lady named Rhonda Lucero. She makes a lot of money. So you don't want to sell someone else's friends, and you want to get labeled as that person, right? You want to just go in there promoting the challenge. Make sure no one leaves without filming their videos. Book a party from a party, like I talked about. Open your book and say, don't worry about cross-referencing dates. If there's 8 people there and they all get fired up and want to book parties, just get it in. Assign who's going to the parties after, right? That's how we ended up 17 deep in a customer, like, because we booked party after party after party after party after party. How to close a customer challenge party. Watch the first half of the overview. Don't talk about the business. If someone is interested, like I said, just say, you know what, Patrick, I know that you kind of want to know if we make any money with this. And my husband and I have done really well. We've also been able to help over 1,000 people lose 10 pounds or 10 pounds muscle. Why don't I call you tomorrow? I'm gonna give you a video tonight. I want you to watch it tonight along with the GST, and I'll call you tomorrow and we can get you started. But let's just have a glass of wine and have fun. If you're 18 and you're not of legal drinking age, don't do that. But if you are legal and you're if I'm having a challenge party, a customer challenge party for my mom friends, there's something about suburban housewives that's like how we get through our lives. Sometimes it's by drinking wine. But it's true. Sometimes. So I'll say to my girlfriend, if it's just a customer challenge party, did you want me to quickly pick up a glass of wine we can have later after everyone orders their kits? And from those challenge parties, where we all spend time as moms being together while we have babysitters, we sponsored 10 promoters out of those parties because we took some time after to get to know people. I know Rachel knows what I'm talking about. Give moms a night out. They'll love you forever. You guys are, yeah. And you guys that are 18, your friends are 18, have parents that need to lose weight. Get the parents booking customer challenge parties. You guys are so lucky. I wish I got introduced to this first place when I was 18. We got introduced to one where you had to wear suits when we did challenge parties. And wear your t-shirts. Wear your I lost it t-shirts or I built it t-shirts. Make sure you share your excitement about your transformation. Successful 3 for free party, the person gets their products for free. You earn money in a customer pool. Higher residual payout, you booked a party from a party. So those are the goals you want to accomplish going in. You think if I get all 4 of these, it's a super big win. If I get 3, it's awesome. If you get 1, it's awesome. The goal is that customer gets their products for free. That's always the #1 goal. Party from a party is a bonus. And obviously making more money is a bonus of the bonus.
What is that?
Personal qualified volume. Yeah. So that's just a fancy name for how much money people are spending in your business. So, yeah. You probably won't. I still mix that with our old company used to call Dame Melinda's company. Yeah. So, and be normal. Don't worry about getting dressed out. Be yourself. Another thing that my husband and I did when he was corporately working for that company is when you would have challenge parties at your house, they were called something different, you would have to dress up in a suit and tie when your friends came over and set up a board easel. And that's really weird. who thinks that's weird? If you showed up to that, that would be weird to you, right? It's
Ladies.
awkward. So awkward, so weird. Be yourself. Tell your friends just to come over in their yoga pants, like not to worry, dress up, shorts, t-shirts, come for baseball. Doesn't matter. Some people think it has to be a big fancy schmancy. It doesn't. It doesn't. Play fun music. Try to keep the swears out of it if you can. And yeah. So do you guys have any? I don't know how much time. Oh, I still have.
You have plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Do you guys have any questions about 3 for free parties? Anybody about getting your 3 for free? Pretty good. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. All right. Next, I get to bring up 2 very beautiful ladies who live in this area. Alisa and Karyn. Do you know you guys are coming up? Well, you guys are coming back up. I'm in the restroom. I'm not sure. Okay. Woo! Okay. You're not gonna stand here? Oh no. Oh, okay. I was like, very good. Yeah. Why don't we take a 2-minute pee break? Everybody go. Hi, break.
So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then Crystal and Alisa are going to get into the GST. So stand by. Get one of these printed out so you can follow along. What do you have? We normally do this one. My wife traveled a lot. We were out and about, so we do we don't have business anymore right now. But we do have curiosity. On my card, it says website, and that says so I think when you connect with us first, then you'll be all. Most of our communication. That's right. Actually, so you. We should be playing music.
Are y'all gonna make it shake? Okay. I invite like our LST or Child Party and then the ones that are it could be all, so I invited because there's shaking thing.
You're dying over there, aren't you?
No, I had a shake with my friend. She was allergic to that. So she kind of broke out, so I wanted to see shake. That's not gonna make it.
Yeah. I just got to get everybody gathered back in and in their seats. So you know how that goes, right? Give me a minute. We'll get going.
Does everybody have a getting started training paper? If you don't have one, raise your hand. We'll give you one.
You're gonna need to have one of these. There's probably I lay them out on a lot of the seats. If you don't have one, look to your left and right. There's one. Got it? You got one up there?
All right. Well, we did the fun part. After you have the challenge party, what's the most important thing to do immediately after a challenge party? Absolutely. Do that immediately after. It only takes a couple minutes. Do your best not to let them walk out the door without it. So we're going to pass the video. Go ahead.
So the first step, you guys, is to why are you on the challenge? What's your personal goal? So a couple people. Jen, what's your goal? What's your current 90-day goal? Awesome, 12 more times. Yay. Who else wants to share the challenge goal? Awesome.
I want to lose another 10 pounds and put another 10 pounds muscle.
Awesome.
So you've got to establish your challenge goal, put it down in writing, because we all know when you put it in writing, it becomes more of a commitment from yourself. So, yep, so that's the first thing.
So then the next thing is to shoot your video, and you just have the paperwork there. What I did is I kind of propped it up so I could read it, in case I forgot. Just follow the words, and don't waver from that. That's so important because you want to be duplicatable. And then you do the next one, or?
Yeah. So one of the things I want you guys to do is a couple, maybe helpful tips, maybe in order to do this. But I was struggling with the people going, I'll shoot my video later, or I don't want to shoot my video. I just don't. I'm scared to see it. How many of you guys have had any objections like that? Perfect. Yeah. And you can guilt trip them all you want about kids and all that. It rolls to maybe 1% of them. So what I do, and this is the epiphany that I had in the last 60 days, I just go as if it's the next step until they tell me no. And 100% of them is about, oh, the video is the craziest thing. I don't know if people are, I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's like they want to be told what to do because they're so busy and focused on everything else. So literally, you get the website going, I ask them for the phone, you rate your phone, okay, and then I download, I show them, where's your app store? I download the challenge mobile app for them. Oh, it's free. And I'm talking through it. Okay, great, so now we're going to shoot your video. Let's go over to the scale. Okay, great, make the video. Okay, now we're going to upload it. Great. Oh, awesome. Guess what? You're going to get a t-shirt when you lose your 10 pounds. I'm so excited. And guess what? 30 meals are going to be donated to a kid here locally. So literally, that has shifted. I have no one telling me, oh, I'll do it at home. Or no, I'm too scared it's going to go public. So that's one thing I just want to leave you guys with. It's pretty good.
I love that. You said that with the last one. That's really cool. Because that seems to be the biggest fear. And also let them know that it doesn't have. If they do that, we haven't got to the right part yet. So I jumped the gun. So the next thing is to go public, and you have multiple ways of sharing it via text, via Facebook, and again, stick right to the words. But where it says results.vi.com is if you're a promoter or a customer even, you're going to have your own website. You want to put your own website there because there's going to be results on there as well. So just make sure that you do that immediately. And what I do is if anybody even likes my picture or my post, they don't actually have to say anything, but if they like it, I'm all on it. So. You have anything to add?
Another helpful thing too is let's friend each other on Facebook.
Yes.
And let's play team. So one of the things that we started years ago on accident, not even like specifically as a plan, but we tagged, like let's say I had a challenger that joined me. So I went into our team page and I said, hey, I just had a challenger go public. They tag me on it, so my people that are friends with me can see it on my wall. Throw before and afters, throw, some testimonies up there. And then pretty soon, we had other people from across my teams, and it became what we do now. So literally, if you tag, let's say you tag your upline 5-star, or Harvey, your 4-star. You tag him, I'm friends with Harvey, I see it, I'm just going to want after up there. Because guess what? We're all in it here together. We all want to prove that ViSalus does make a difference in people's lives. And the stories are the proof, not the going back and forth about how Chic is so great and the science behind it and why we're better than isogenics and all that stuff. No. It's about, all I know is this. Bam, there's a 4 after. All I know is this. Bam, the kid that got fed 30 meals. Sue has a picture up on her Facebook of the local food bank. There's like 8 people with, I think there's like 16, 18 bags, and they all got smiles on their faces, and she put up this post that was like, this is how many kids got fed in our area, because our community cares about themselves while helping others. Obviously it's word of mouth, but that was it's the coolest. I made it my cover photo, the banner for a while. So play team, use that. We're all on a team together. No one cares that I enrolled Sue and you guys did. It doesn't matter. She's a part of ViSalus. This is what she did and helped them. Okay, so let's use those stories and share them. When our challengers go public, to support them getting their thing for free.
Absolutely. And then the next thing is, if you don't feel comfortable on Facebook or text, or that's just not your kind of thing, and you want to do it over the phone, which I don't like calling people doing that. That's not my comfort zone. I prefer the social on the text and Facebook, or in person. You still stick to the simplicity of, I was just challenged to lose 10 pounds, and now I'm challenging you, what it says. Stick to it. Don't change. Don't waver. The system works. So,
the KISS method.
Yeah.
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 So,
next thing is you want to book your own challenge party. How many of you guys have had your own challenge parties before? Raise your hand. Awesome. How many of you had no one show up to your challenge party? Oh, yeah. Don't feel bad. Yeah, don't feel bad. That's just the way it is.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so we challenge others. It's a for,
And then we don't recruit. We don't recruit or we don't prospect. We share a challenge. A long time ago we were out after getting promoters, and we wanted promoters, and it was all building the promoters. But now we just share a challenge. And if you have that mindset of sharing a challenge instead of that you have to go out and get people to join your business, things are going to be a lot less stressful and just go smoother for you. That's all we do is share a challenge.
Hey, David, I challenge you to lose 50 pounds on the challenge. Are you up for my challenge?
What it's all about.
You got 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, sweet. Go to this website. Or go to the card. So you challenge people.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody. There's nobody you don't challenge.
How many of you guys have Rockstar Challengers in here? Awesome.
Oh.
How many of you know what Rockstar Challenger is? Okay. This is the fastest way to make all the bonus pools we talked about earlier, but it's also the easiest way to help somebody get started so that they're not scared. This just came out, and it really does relieve that stress of, oh my gosh, I have to call my friends. You make a list of 150, you do it at a comfortable level that you have, that you communicate with them, text, Facebook, calling them, and you just challenge them. And of the 150, you're not going to get everybody coming back to you, so don't get scared of that. You're probably going to get 10 to 15%, work with them, and then follow up with the rest until it's done. I've gone Rockstar Challenger 4 times since they released it in July or January, and I'm on my 4th one. This last one I just finished, 150, 125 no's for now. Okay, so you think you're faster, everybody's gonna say yes to me. No, that's not it at all. I get no's for nows all the time. I got 25 yeses. Of those, 18 were challengers, the rest became promoters. 3 of them were a regional director. Okay, so the thing I want to share with you is that doesn't define my success. My success is continuing to run the model, and far than yours because they're just too busy with life right now. They just got so much going on. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I just re-engaged, and I'm on my third Rockstar Challenger, and I was keeping track in a different way. And on July 15th I started, and to date I have challenged 98 people, and 7 in the funnel. I had 8, but one said no, thank you. That's okay. No, for now they're highlighted. I keep track on a spreadsheet, so I highlight them and then hide them, and then I put notes. So I'll go back and. Are you ready now? And then just a little bit ago, I got a text message from one that was in the funnel and said, okay, so you just need to do 2 mill replacements and a balanced mill, or however she worded it. That's easy to do. How do I get started? Just right here. So, and I was just showing Tiffany, I started with her on July 9th. So, you know, but it may not happen. Yeah, it may not happen immediately. But just, follow the system, and Karyn's going to do some training on the Facebook thing, because that's how I've been doing it on Facebook, and so I might learn a lot. Yes,
that's one of the 2
you have to. And it's really important when you're doing the Getting Started training, is to just have that be part of the process. Have that form ready, and take the phone out, and get them started writing stuff down, because then you're getting their mindset.
Yeah. So that, you know that ViSalus sends you a Rockstar Challenger t-shirt once you do your 150, you just send it to them. So how many of you guys actually have that t-shirt? Great, good, yeah. So they're sending that to their next Vitality, which is in September. Yep. Awesome, here's stats. So we have all the personal stats. Here's the stats of the company. This is pretty amazing. 60% higher PPV goes at the Rockstar Challenger. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Numbers don't lie, like you said. People do. Although I don't lie on my stats.
So the next step is to schedule your own.
This is what I was doing.
We had some slides in there we weren't aware of. Your personal challenge party. You want to have it within the first 4 to 7 days, and hopefully they can do it before a Thursday or by Thursday, because then they'll have money coming in on Monday, and then boy, they're going to be really excited.
And the other thing too is Thursday midnight. This is what we've got to go on. It's right now. It's just that credit voucher going on through the end of July. It's just Thursday midnight. So all of us can have a party. 1 to 7 people, you get $50 credit voucher. More than 8 and more, you get 100. And I know Jen had one for one of her challengers. How many days did it take for credit voucher?
Fast.
Yeah.
2 weekend days.
Yeah. So 5 business days. She got a $100 credit voucher. Oh,
just 5 days.
Ah,
yeah.
That's fast. Awesome. And we had one for our challenger, our personal challenger, and hers came in 2 business days. So $100. And the cool thing is that you guys can do it too. It's not just for new people. It's everyone. So if every one of us had a challenge party by Thursday at midnight, you can have a $50 to $100 voucher.
So how do I go for a challenge party? You want to have it fun, social, and simple. You need to have it at your home. I know a lot of people, you may say my house is dirty or whatever, I got to clean up, or I don't have time to clean my house. So what? Your friends are there all the time anyway, so they already know what you like. So, don't let that be, excuse. Have music playing. Could you imagine if you walked into this room today and it was like dead quiet, or you just heard, have some light, upbeat music going, and get the mood going. Serve shakes. You want to do a couple flavors. I always do just the plain, because I want them to know what it tastes like by itself. And then I'll do maybe chocolate with peanut butter, or maybe a fruit one, raspberry, something like that, whatever my mood is. Orange juice is really good. So I always do the plain though, to let them know how simple it is.
Yeah, so all of this will be found at RightOutBuy.com. The whole point is to make it social. We're not there to sell them anything. We're there to challenge them.
Have fun.
So, and have fun. It's a party, okay? It's not like your mother's Mary Kay, or I don't know, a party. This is fun. We're talking about the kids at soccer. We're talking about how grandma's doing. And then we plug in this video. And then we ask them strictly the questions. Are you up for the challenge? Do you want to lose 10 pounds or gain 10 pounds of lean muscle? Do you see yourself as a 1 or a 2? You want the weight loss, let's say, or the muscle gain, faster, fastest off, line them up with the kid, boom. Okay, and that's it. That's all we do. We ask them those 4 questions. It's very simple. Again, if we were here to train you, ViSalus has done an awesome job of training you in the back office. It's so simple. So never ever make the excuse of, oh man, the person that's not going to quit, or the person that's not going to be really doing it. Okay? It doesn't matter. If you have a big why, go to your back office, everything's in there. It's all here for us. Crystal opened up this area, and her and Muller was clear across the United States. She threw her first travel party live. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we didn't have all these tools. Not 2 years ago, we didn't have that. One thing I really want to point out is to have your upline call in to close the party. It says optional, but you know what? It is so important because just having that extra person that has maybe, can provide additional information from a different perspective, and it edifies what you've already said.
Yeah, and like Harvey's closed out one of our parties. I mean, no one is out. If you guys want me to close out a party, I'd love to. That David, Crystal, we're all here to help each other. So just, obviously our schedules are very busy, but let us know in advance, put on our schedule. It takes me less than 5 minutes to close out a party. It's very simple. Okay. So it's super important, like Crystal said, to do that. But all of this, again, trainingupline.com. It's so easy. They have videos in there. They have, I don't know.
All the documents, everything.
I don't know.
Tells you you need your blanket.
Anyone who does it, just read it. Follow it. It's very fun. All right.
You want to start?
How many of you guys have trouble on this part? Yeah, I think that probably, honestly, this is probably the hardest. If I'm being 100% honest, which I say that I always am, this is the worst part for me, the follow-up. So what I did is I put an Excel spreadsheet together like Crystal did, and I remember based on the Facebook chat feed, the last time I followed up, but I'll tell you what, it's super simple following the system. I did not follow the system at the beginning, not because I thought I was better, it's just I'm too busy doing my other 4 businesses. I'm like, if I get a long challenge, I will, it's not a big deal, I'm losing 70 pounds, I'm excited. But once I got schooled and became coachable, I read this, and it is as easy as this. Just don't deviate. If you deviate a little bit, like they're trying to run the show, get them back in. Get them back in by getting back to these questions. It's very easy to have them take you off over here, and all of a sudden you're talking about science products and why that soy and all that other stuff. Yes, there are tools to share all that stuff, but the whole point is to get back in the funnel and tell you that this is I think the slide you guys should study the most, and it literally should take you, but whatever, how long it takes you to read the slide. But the follow-up, I follow up till, like Tara said, till they're dead or they're in. That's kind of my philosophy. Tara Wilson, that's her coin phrase, not mine, but literally if you have a mindset of that, get them from that 10-minute video, you're trying to online, let them know what it is that we do, so they actually have an educated decision, or education to make that decision. So a lot of people think they know what we do, and they really don't.
And it's also important with the follow-up to not be a pest. You know, like this lady that just said, I'm ready. At first we were chatting back and forth, and I gave her the Project 10 video so she could see what it was about, because that's what I was focused on. And then I waited a few days, and so then yesterday I said, are you ready to start the Project 10 with me so we can help some kids? And today I got the message. So I wait, kind of just.
That's where the Excel spreadsheet comes
in. You can.
Yeah, and the point is when I say follow up till they're dead or they're in, is that doesn't mean I do it every single day. But what my biggest fear is, I don't know how you guys are, is I don't want my mom signing up with somebody else. I mean, I would love her to join ViSalus, honestly, it's just an exaggerated version. But your worst nightmare is when you've gone in secret of being on the challenge, and then you got your mom joining somebody else in the challenge, right? So that inside of me is like my inner competitiveness. So I like, oh, you guys have that competition too, because we're not just competing for ViSalus. ViSalus is the best vehicle on the planet, in my opinion, for health and fitness. So yeah, we've got competitors. We have other people. Dave doesn't consider them competitors, but they are in competition with us. So don't be a secret. Challenge people. Let them know what we're up to, because we are better than everything else that claims to be better than us.
If you believe it and it's in your heart, then it just becomes a conversation. You know, just like telling somebody your favorite place to go eat. You know, once it's in your heart, you really know it. And once you start seeing the results and seeing everybody else's results about you and the energy, it happens. So I just, before I forget, because I already forgot once, I'm 50, you know, so that happens.
No way.
It does to me. Ask my husband. I'm like, okay, what did I do?
25-year-old.
He goes behind me and picks up after me. You know, I started all these things. Yeah, I live on neuro. But what I really try to do is watch the Getting Started training video on Fridays. I made Fridays my day of kind of my weekly things I want to stay in tune with and reminders and just refire me up.
So, week.
Yes, yep. Yes. And so every Friday morning, one of my first things I do is I watch the Getting Started training again. You can never, ever, ever watch it too many times. It's like going to the events. You can never go to an event too many times. You're always going to pick up something different, or you may say, oh yeah, that's right, okay. So just try to do that every Friday. Watch the Getting Started training. Oh, and then, you know, if they can't make a party, go to their house. If they're out of town, get them to the events and the overview. And if they're insistent on, you know, they want to have a sample before, get them a sample.
All right, motion creates emotion. Woo! Oh, yeah. We all know that, right? Have confidence. I think that the most important part is, especially at the beginning, you might not be confident. That's where your, you know, your upline, you know, you're like, you got to get him on the phone with them. And get him in front of them. They're not going to say no to that.
Yeah. And once you get to a point, you know, when you're first starting out, and if somebody's just throwing questions at you left and right, and you just feel bogged down or whatever, and they're want more than the tools, get them on the phone with uplines, you know, and just know that, not that you're not the expert, because you all are in different degrees, and we're not experts, but it's just hearing another voice. It's already validating what you've already said.
And just a small coaching moment, when you're edifying a person, get them on the phone, talk about the challenge. Talk about how they rock their challenge. I always teach my team, don't talk about how much money we've made, how many people we've helped get in cars. I want them to know I lost 70 pounds and I kept off for 3 years. That's what I want them to know.
For free.
So, yeah. And anyone that jumps into it is like, I don't know about that. All I know is, boom, you know, share a story. Borrow stories from other people till you created your own story. That's one of the other things that I've learned. With coming to events, you learn a lot. That's the one key thing that I think I utilize a lot, is my story is getting old. I mean, I think it's significant, but for me, it's getting old. I think my next news story is going to be a little while. It's getting in better shape than I was when I was a gymnast at the age of 15. You know, but right now, that's the story I have. My story is I've lost 70 pounds, kept off for 3 years. And for many, that's very significant. But I leverage other people's stories because I get bored with my own story. I'll share it and I'll be like, hey, Sue's done this, you know. David's mom went from 3 slim shots down to 1. You know, and then her first 30 days of being on the challenge, all she did was spread the shit.
So let's say, can you watch that video?
What video?
I need you to watch that video.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I need you. There you go.
Yes. So it's all about how you say it. Can you watch it? Yeah, I can watch it,
So
but I have time.
video. Give me your phone. Oh, okay, great. We're going to go to your app store. Where's that?
Check this out.
Take control of the situation. It's all in the powerful words.
All right. Oh, we already have to do this. We use the events.
Yeah.
Yay! And events, how many of you guys know what the next event is? Who's
all registered? All right, who's going to register today?
Who's not registered?
And who hasn't, the Taurus is going to have another event like this next month? Is that true?
Taurus.
Okay, so as soon as that comes out, it's going to be out, watch each other's Facebook so we can blow that up.
Or do you know? Has she told you? Because I asked her, she's like, okay, thanks. Okay.
So we'll get to our event in August, but the big event is Houston. We need all of you guys to get there because it's going to be amazing. You will definitely be inspired. But here's what I have to share a tiny story about myself. The first event that I was told to go to, I was in my, I don't need this. I don't need the rah-rah. But I'll tell you what, I went there and noticed that it made sense because every time, it's like, and I don't want to get preachy, but when you go to church, you're like, oh my gosh, this sermon was all about me.
Right at me. I saw those eyes.
That's what events are doing, right? When I go to events, I'm like, I had to be here for that moment. I had to be there. Sometimes when you guys are leaders, you need to show up for your team. And that part I already knew, but at the time when I first started, we didn't really have a big team. So I thought it was just, this is a hype thing. It's going to, excitement. I already know myself, so I don't need to be hyped up. That's not, yes, it's a part of it, and it's a great part, but there's so many other facets, and it's going to test you where you need to be driven to move forward in your own personal life. It could be financial. Not all of us are here as promoters who want to make money, but maybe it touches you in a way that causes the money to shift, and you didn't realize the focus needs to be over here. And so, and again, I'm talking through kind of not specifics because I can't tell you what this event is going to do to you. I can guarantee you they'll get there because it will. It will shift you, it will shape you, it will change you, and it's what you need. And if you're not there, it's not going to happen. Yes.
Yeah, Karyn Fortner is going to be in California, so I'm in Florida.
Oh, cool. This kind of one's in? Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, can you get us the information?
Yeah.
Or do you have access to it?
I can forward it to you.
Okay,
I
perfect.
can't see it on my phone, it's too small.
That's fine.
We also have a Northwest event page, don't we, David, or is that just for?
Yeah, ViSalus Northwest.
Yeah, so get into that group. We're trying to, build events, build this market by, helping each other.
Yep.
Staying in communication. So, yeah, there's Vitality is the next major event.
And I've been in business for 3.5 years. My very first event was in Detroit. There was maybe 2,000 people there. It was a national event. And no, it was regional. Maybe it wasn't national. I don't know what it was. But, I remember thinking it was just amazing. And then I went to, I don't know how many events I've been to. But every single event you go to, you sit there and it's like, there's no way they can do anything better for us. There's absolutely no way. Am I wrong? Yeah.
With a lifetime challenge, though.
Yeah. And then they come up with these tools and products and yeah.
The other thing too is how many of you guys think to yourself, Houston, it's going to be expensive, I don't know if I can afford it. You don't have to raise your hand. If those are the thoughts that you have, take what you learned today, run week to week, and I can guarantee you will make the money to get there between now and September. I can promise you that.
Don't wait till the last minute for your air flight. Yeah, trying to get. Yeah.
Also, one more thing on that. Partner with your upfront leader. Tell them that you want to go. These are the challenges I've got so that they can help you solve for us.
Good point. John C. Maxwell's going to be there. Do not want to miss that.
And we're wrapping up with this fun. Shoot your video, go public, book a party, follow up and invite us for our next event. This is all we do. This is like what we do.
Next, we're going to have Karyn come up again. Amazing Facebook training, and so make sure you take your notes and everything, and
because she's going to be teaching me stuff. I already know that.
For sure.
I'm going to assume everybody here is on Facebook. Yeah? Yeah? What's that? Okay, so before I start, I'm going to tell you a little story about Facebook. So I understood the of branding as soon as I saw what Facebook could do and was, right? And I would like to think that I'm the same person when you meet me as I am on my Facebook. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't post pictures of like flowers and Bambi running through them because I'm not a very soft flower type of girl. Little bit kind of thing. It's true. That's my husband. I'm hard to be married to. But when Facebook, I spend a lot of time posting about things that are important to me. I have a son with autism. We post a lot about that. I love helping other moms come home and retire from work. It was like the biggest blessing to us that we could both stay home full time with Tristan. And I post positive quotes and things that add value to people. And I don't post before and afters every 5 seconds, and I don't post shakes every 5 seconds because people don't care. It's true. But what they do care about is every now and then seeing that stuff when it adds value to them. Right? A before and after is important when it has purpose and it has intention behind it. But if you're just throwing up pictures, you don't know anyone and you don't know anything, people are like, they hide you from their news feeds. They delete you. They don't want to see anything. Facebook has algorithms and there's the mathematics to it to get yourself seen more, which is pretty awesome. I teach this to businesses, so I actually know what I'm talking about. But I started developing a brand for myself about a year ago, and in January I launched a blog series that has nothing to do with ViSalus, but that blog went quite viral. Got 60,000 unique views in 3 months, which is pretty crazy. And I've been contacted by publishers now, and I got contacted by publishers because they went to look at my Facebook and see what I was about, see what kind of person they would be branding, see what kind of person I was. And the reason they contacted me is because what they saw on my Facebook, not really my writing, which is pretty awesome, right? So you want to have a brand for yourself on Facebook. You want to think about things that are important to you, right? What are important? Is health and fitness important to you? If it's not, and you're new to this company, it will be. It will be. Just wait. If maybe you're passionate about helping, maybe you're 18 and you want to help other kids make $500,000 a month, move out, get a car and a girlfriend, perfect. Think about that, right? Maybe you're a mom. That's what that, when my husband was 18 and he started network marketing, that's all he thought of was car, girlfriend, car, girlfriend. And I know, I read his goal. Maybe you're a mom. Maybe you just want to help other moms. Maybe, sometimes I love scrolling through my Facebook feed and seeing something funny. Seeing someone post a God Vine video or a Upworthy video, something that inspires me, something that makes me in the middle of the day cry and remember how blessed I am. Right? I love posting that stuff. So think about things that are important to you. Then I want you to make a list, write this down, of 10 qualities of people you want to be in business with. So 10 qualities. Are they motivated? Do they have great character? Are they funny? Because those are the people that every time you post on your Facebook, that's who I want you to think of. And I want you to give that person a name. I can think of this one girl. Her name is Kim Clement. She wasn't in my business, but we had been friends on Facebook. We met each other just on Facebook. And we've been friends for 2 years. And I would think that she's the woman I'm posting to. She was a stay-at-home mom. She wanted to make more money. She didn't really care about ViSalus. She was selling candles and everything in between that cost no money to join. But every time I posted, I thought, I'm posting for girls like Kim that have a hard home life but want to stay home, want to make more money, are great moms. And sure enough, guess who is almost a regional director of my business now? Right? Because I posted to her. You want to follow these guys on Facebook? Blake Fallon, Ryan Blair, Nick Sarkola, obviously founders of the company. Ryan Blair has some of the greatest, what's the word, witty posts when he's mad at people. And it's my favorite, right? And I don't know his emotions by what he's posting, and I love it. Blake Fallon just posted one this morning, says I'm allergic to negative people. Go post that. I am too. Nick Sarkola, awesome. You'll notice these guys too don't bark ViSalus all over their Facebooks. They add value to people with everything they post. You know what they do. You know they're ViSalus. You know they make great money. You know they help people transform their lives. Nick is a family man and he dates his wife at midnight because that's the only time they can have dinner together. Loves his daughter and he hates it. Blake is one of the smartest men alive and loves stories about people because he posts a story every morning. Right? And you know that Ryan doesn't like when people piss him off. But you know those things because they have great brands on Facebook. I hope that he sees when they come because that'd be awesome. Okay, so create a profile, like I said, lifestyle picture. Don't put a picture of an icon or anything, because that doesn't make sense. Do a cool cover photo. You can make one. There's a company called, like, I'm not going to say it right, Vader. Just Google free, self-made Facebook cover photos, and you can make one for yourself. You want to put pictures of your buddies. You want to put a pickmonkey.com. That was not at all what I said, but yep, that one. Perfect. I can remember what it's called. Go make one of your own. Do a before and after, a picture of you with your buddies, throw it up, buy sign by your BMW if you want to. Maybe a picture of you guys all sitting around together. Build your list, upload all your contacts. In your Facebook, there is a way that you can take all of your friends on Facebook and export it to a Word document. Does everyone know that? Mm-hmm. I know, I just changed your life. I didn't figure it out, someone else did. And they posted, I was like, my life has changed. So you go to your Facebook and you just click export contacts. I can't remember exactly. You know what, I'll post it on the Northwest team page for you. I'll post the description. And it takes it to a Word document so you can have a list already made for you. Search and add friends. I go through, it'll say friend suggestions, and I go add friends from there. People maybe I didn't know. Even if I didn't like you in high school, I'm going to give you a second chance and add you. Unless you're negative, then in which case you get deleted. I delete everyone from my Facebook, even if you're on my team, if you are negative. We only have so much space. There's a girl on our team that was like, drama. Like, oh, that's so 2010. That's all she posted was drama. And I blocked her posts. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it at all. So when you wake up, the first 5 things you read in the morning are the most powerful things that go into your brain. Do you know that? Robin Sharma, genius man. And most people, the first thing they do is they roll over and they check their Facebook. And I'm like, no, you already lost your day. Don't check your Facebook first thing. Just try it for a week. My husband almost had heart palpitations. It was really hard for him. But just leave your phone. Pick up a chapter of a book and read it. Pick up, yeah.
You right before you go to bed, you're going to wake up and so instead you just set up certain, write down little
yes. Sticky notes on your way to your phone. On the other side of the room, so you have to crawl there. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so we try to do, I'm not perfect, but we try to personally grow every morning before we pick up our phones. I know it doesn't usually happen to my husband because he usually posts a selfie at the gym with Harvey. He does. That's his thing, selfie. Search and add friends of friends. I like to post in the top of your, so let's pretend this is your Facebook screen. I wish I had a picture. Up here there's a little app. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And then there's a search bar. It's called the graph search. You can search up there for, recently I was searching friends of friends that live in Toronto. We were recently just in Toronto. And this actually happened to Jody West, one of the girls on our team. And up popped this guy. His name's Adrian. And she said, what should I send him? And I was like, say hi. My name's Jody. We have to look to see like we have a friend in common. I'm coming to Toronto. Let me know some places that, some good places to go hang out. Just start to establish a relationship. I don't think you should challenge strangers straight on Facebook because then you're like every other network partner in the world. Facebook's for relationship building, right? The phone is for selling. So she said, blah, blah, blah. Turns out he says, you know what, I'm not very good on Facebook. Can you just call me? And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, he's so in. He doesn't even know what we're doing, and he's so in. So she calls him, and he goes, what are you doing here? And she goes, oh, Project 10 Challenge. Have you heard of it? No. She goes, oh, you want to come check out the event? He's like, sure. He comes. He enrolled 3 days ago in a Star Promoter. Just enrolled 2 promoters yesterday. Wow. And that happened from a friend of a friend that lives in Toronto. So if you have an upline in a different part that's actively building their business, look, if you know Medivha's going to an area, friends of friends that live in that area, or people who love to work out and live in that area. And the message that I send to them is, to total strangers, hey Blake, looks like we have a lot of I saw you on the Workout Bellingham Fitness Group, looks like we have a lot in common. I love connecting with like-minded people. I also work out, I'm a trainer, I also work out, I love getting abs, whatever you have in common, and then when you get a chance, tell me what you do. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I sponsored 20 strangers on Facebook. Not overnight, but over building relationships with people. My husband can walk into a grocery store, meet everyone, and get all their phone numbers. I'm like one person. But I do really well at this because my kids are young, and I can do this first thing in the morning after I do personal. Project 10 Challenge status every day. Yeah, I think, I sound like I'm disagreeing with this. Yeah. I
I think you should add value to people about their health every day. And if you want to hashtag that Project 10 or get my challenge on or whatever, I think that every day, if you're in a health business, you should add value to people. Maybe it's an article about why eating too much sugar is bad for you. Maybe it's a picture. I just posted a picture of Rachel on my Facebook, and I said, and I think there's so much power in tagging the person in the before and after. So if someone's got a wicked before and after, I go be friends with them. Take a picture of it. This is my friend. I think I said, this is my friend Rachel. She's an amazing person inside out. She's a mom of 2 under 5. Rachel recently claimed her health back. You want to get healthy with us, let us know. So far, I just checked. I have 20 likes on it, 7, and then I said to 5 people on our team, go like this. I have about 7 comments, and I got 1 message from a mom that was like, I need to get my food back. Right? There's power in sharing the story when you post a before and after. Just a before and after is nothing, and people will scroll through it like it's nothing. Play team, comment on each other's. If you're in ViSalus and you post something, I'll like it, no matter what. Because I've blocked you because you're not negative. So I will, I'll like it. Promote challenge parties and events. If you want to say, hey, I'm having a challenge party. Hey, I'm having a Project 10 party. Who wants to help donate 30 meals to kids in need? We recently posted one that was locally in Vancouver or in Kelowna, where we have another team. The guy in Kelowna posted, having a Project 10 party tonight, have a goal of donating 900 meals to the Kelowna Food Bank. Who's in? And people were like, what? How do I do that? What's Project 10? How do I do that? What's Project 10? Right? So share stories. Make sure you add value to people when you're posting. But like, why would someone want to come? Think like a new person, someone who doesn't know anything about the challenge, and what would make you excited about it. Who knows someone in Vegas? That's good. Share Center. This is awesome. You guys all know share.vi.com. This is where you're going to get, they have like motivational quotes on here, rank advancements. If anyone ever hits rank, you want to congratulate someone, go grab a shareable. I'm not a graphic designer. Maybe you are. I'm definitely not. So I just go steal their stuff and pretend like it's mine, and it looks awesome. And every time we do a challenge party invite, I will steal their stuff for our cover photos. Oh, is that it? Oh, wow. Okay, well then I'm just going to talk about Facebook. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to talk about now. I don't know my slides. Graph search conversation. Okay, let's do this. Because this is something I know some people are having trouble with. When you go Rockstar Challenger, how many people are using Facebook to send their video? And how many people are just texting it out? And how many people are not doing anything and hate videos? And how many people just don't want to put up their hand? Okay. Lots. Okay, so if you're using text, it's like easier because you already have that person's phone number, so you can follow up. Awesome. I think text is the best way to go. Nowadays, lots of people hate to use, it's the strangest thing, but people hate to use the phone. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for creating that. But people don't want to talk anymore. So if you're on Facebook and you're sending your video, hey, I just got challenged, you just do this. This is what, nothing changes, right? What does it say right here? It says, challenge accepted. I just got challenged by my friend Karyn to lose 10 pounds on Project 10. Now I'm challenging you to do this with me. Watch my video and go to results.vi.com. I don't send out my my link in that, my website link in that first video message. I just say go to results.vi.com. That's because that's what it said on the GST forever. But for another reason, you have to earn the video. You have to, like, I hoard all the information that I can until I have the right tool to give it to you. So if someone on Facebook says, cool, what is it? I say, awesome, this is super powerful. Send me your phone number and I'll text you the link. Because you're not saying, give your phone number, which is like, oh, no, just send it to me on Facebook. They don't get scared. What you're saying is, the only way I can give you this link is if I text it to you. And then they don't even think about it. They just go, sure, here's my number. Because most people, it's weird now for people to click videos and links on their computer, but to open a link on your phone and have it pop up is a lot more normal. It's just where we are in life, right? So I say, text me your phone number, and I'll send you a 51-second preview. That's all I say. And I would say 8 times out of 10, we get the phone number. And we can text them, and then we just follow everything it says on here. Nothing changes, but we get the phone number faster, so you can follow up, right? And the best way to utilize Facebook is to get people off of Facebook, right, and onto a phone call, because excitement is caught, not taught, and there's nothing that you can say on here that is gonna transfer to getting them on an upline call with someone like Medivha, who has made $560,000. Think he's excited? Harvey, you made $500,000? $500,000 you ever made $500,000 before? Ever? No, you think he's excited, right? Typing, my friend Harvey made
500,000 sounds like a sales pitch. Saying, this is my friend Harvey, made $500,000 in 4 years. This guy's built like a house. It's insane. They're like, it's different, right? So get people off Facebook, and if you can't move them off Facebook, sit with someone in your upline and figure out how, right? People should trust you. If they're not giving you their phone numbers because they don't trust you enough yet, they think you're gonna like stalk or call them. They do. And follow up. So like I heard the girls talking earlier about like you don't want to stalk people. You don't want to stalk people. In fact, if you feel like you're stalking someone, you should say it. Like, hey, sorry, I know I'm just stalking you again to see if you watched the video. Usually people laugh about it because here's what else I know. No, nothing said back to you isn't a no. It doesn't mean they're ignoring you. If you invite me to your birthday party and I see it come up on my Facebook and I can't go, what do you do if you can't go to a birthday party? Do you say no? Or do you decide, I always go, no, and I go, sorry, I can't make it to your birthday party. If I might go, I ignore it. If it's a maybe, or I need to come back and look at the information because I'm busy, I ignore it. But if I know that I can't go, I say no. Someone doesn't respond to you, it's generally speaking, not because they don't like you or they don't, you don't have to feel wounded about it. It's just because they're on Facebook and they went, oh, challenge video, cool. Oh, don't eat that, don't play with the cord. Oh, their life gets busy, and by the time they look back at the phone, they're like, oh, what was that video? And there's 3 more messages that have come in, and they forget, right? So when you follow up, we have this this girl, and I've been messaging her for 3 years with no response. And she didn't say no to me, so I thought, she's just busy. Follow up till they're in or they're dead. She's just busy. So I messaged her every time anything new would come out. I'd be like, Lisa, oh my gosh, she'd lost 150 pounds prior, just on her own, right? Yeah. And she's awesome. And I just said, Lisa, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my, and I kept telling, anytime there was anything new, if I was coming anywhere remotely near her area or lying that I was, like anything that I could do to talk to this girl. And finally, she just messaged me back. I posted before and after of my husband, and she messaged me and said, I'm so happy you kept in contact with me. My husband and I have been going through some stuff, and I've been off the grid. I gained 75 pounds back. I've been so embarrassed. Can you help me? Wow. Right? What if I would have been like, Lisa hates me because she didn't respond to me on Facebook? That's not what it is. Lisa was busy. Lisa's life was crazy. So keep following up. You don't know. Another girl in our team, Jody West, this guy, oh, this is the funniest one. She recorded all the messages she'd sent to him. And it was getting to the point like, I'll take your silence as a maybe. Super influential businessman in Vancouver, owns 4 companies, makes millions of dollars. So she messaged him, when they got in, she sent him an influencer message, like a business pitch, nothing. Then she messaged him about the challenge, nothing. Then she messaged him about Project 10 Kids because he has a charity, nothing. Nothing. She was messaging him, her messages got so funny, like, Andrew, I'll take your silence as a maybe. And hey, just stalking you back to see. And so one day he messaged her and said, your consistency is admirable. I'll give you 5 minutes. So she showed up at his office, took 20 minutes, made him a shake, and he ordered $400 worth of products. What she found out was that he'd been on the challenge before. No one had ever really followed up with him, so he fell off. And she said, you know lots of people. You're going to refer lots of people to me, so we're meeting with him next week to get order. Right? That's it. So if someone's not answering you, it just means they're busy. It doesn't have anything to do with you. It just means they're busy. Or they don't trust you enough yet to give you their phone number, which just means you need to find out a little bit more about that. Right? Facebook's for relationship building. It's where I stay in touch with our team. As you guys get big teams, who here wants to have a massive team? Thousands and thousands of people, right? I remember looking in my back office, I'm sure even Harvey and you guys went through this, looking when we crossed to like the 1,000th promoter. And I was like, there's 1,000 people that trust, that is insane. You have that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, that 1,000 people. How are you you can't call 1,000 people in a day. If you're Rachel Jackson, who was like the most workhorse person I've ever met in my life. Facebook, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I saw it. Hey. We would build relationships through Facebook so that when we saw each other at an event, it would be like no time had passed and they felt completely supported. I was always there on a phone call, but when there's an ND and RD, you guys are all going to have big businesses, right? You got to be creative relationships and foster those relationships on Facebook because it's something I could do at 11 o'clock before I close my eyes, right? Something you could do to touch someone or love on someone. I think that's it. I mean, I could go into dorky Facebook stuff. Oh, I will. I'll go to algorithms. So anyone ever post anything on Facebook and then realize, like, why is no one liking my stuff?
Yeah.
Why is my stuff not getting seen? Yeah? It means it's either one, posting too much of the same stuff. So Facebook has stopped showing your updates to your friends, which is true. Or two, your friends are not liking your stuff anymore. So Facebook says no one wants to see this, so we're not going to show it in the newsfeed. It's true. Or three, you're not engaged in Facebook. So Facebook is just like, you engage, you show up in newsfeeds. If I start a message with you on Facebook, I start showing up in your newsfeed. Because Facebook says they talked, let's connect them. So if there's someone you think needs to see about the challenge, send them a personal message and say, hey, look at your kids, they're so big, it's so nice to see you. And then they're like, wow, God, this guy just messaged me, and now he's all over my Facebook, I can't stop seeing him. There's an algorithm to it. And so if you, let's say I posted Rachel's picture. So there's all these nice, beautiful comments underneath it. I will go back to each one of those comments, tag the person that said it, and say something else, and like it. Because guess what that does? Knocks my picture back up into the top of the news. Every time you like or comment in the comments, it knocks it back up, knocks it back up, knocks it back up. I'm annoying. I will, if someone says yay, I'm like, at blah, 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 yeah, yay. Like, I will get it. Anything to get it seen, and that's why I posted 4 days ago, and I post all the time. My kids are so funny, and I don't know if you've ever experienced a kid with autism, but they are so linear thinking that it's half of the stuff he says is hilarious. So the other day, he was lying in bed and he started screaming bloody murder in the middle of a team training for me to come upstairs. And I finally get upstairs. I was like, what? He's like, Mom, you have beautiful eyebrows. I call that Facebook gold. I was like, oh, yeah, weird, thanks. And I ran downstairs and I posted on my Facebook. It has nothing to do with ViSalus, but it gets 100 likes, 70, however many comments, 45 comments, which means the next thing I post is showing up in everybody's newsfeed. So the next thing I posted was before and after. Right? There's a mathematics to how you use Facebook, right? If you have kids, they're funny.
You post that in the comments or above that post?
And the next post that I posted, a separate post, I posted a before and after of somebody that I knew. I don't remember who it was. But from that post got way more likes than a regular before and after because I'm showing up in all of these people's news feeds because I'm interesting. Because Facebook says, oh, she's interesting. We want to follow what she has to say. So if you have kids are really funny. If not, people like to laugh. Life sucks for most people. They work a job they hate. They're in marriages that they can't stand. They hate their body. Make them laugh. Be the place that I have a friend that has nothing to do with ViSalus. He lives in Salt Lake City and he posts the funniest posts that some people would find offensive. I think they're hilarious. And I check in on his Facebook to laugh all the time.
This might be preschooler to you.
Yeah.
But I just found out, I'm like, something's going on with my Facebook. I realized that none of my posts were public.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, make your post
So
public.
again, preschool, like,
Yeah.
everybody should know that.
Especially before and afters, because you want everyone that isn't friends with you to be able to comment on them. Yeah. Yeah, you can have, so in your settings, you can have your posts be seen by friends, friends of friends, or
I don't know how I got stuck on that, but it did.
it automatically defaults to friends of friends. That's your automatic default setting for Facebook. So if you didn't change it, that's what it says.
If you haven't set it public like mine is all the time, but if you upload something that you just want for specific people,
yeah,
it won't. You have to manually switch it back to public because that's what happened to me. Is all my posts I couldn't figure out why I wasn't. Nobody was seeing them, and I realized that when I uploaded this one picture or whatever it was, I don't remember. And then I had set it to private because it was just for like 3 or 4 people that I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It didn't automatically default back to public. So and it was like 3 days.
Once you change your settings in Facebook once, they're changed forever until you change it back. Yeah, I hid some posts from my family, and not because they're bad people, but anyway, so I hid sorry. Not that, just I didn't want my dad to read my blog until I had a conversation with him. So I blocked the post, and my dad's like, "Are you alive? I haven't seen anything on Facebook." And I was like, "Oh, that was like 2 months." I was like, "Oh no." Oops, sorry. Yeah, hashtags are another thing. You guys see people using funny hashtags on Facebook.
Funny, very funny. Harvey is hilarious. Everything, when he uses hashtag, yeah, hashtag lumberjack, hashtag lumberjack. So what those do is that when you click that hashtag, it pulls up everybody who said anything about that. So if you guys have a team, use a team hashtag. So you know, like if you're, who's Team Relentless? Is that Ernest? So Ernest, if he hashtags Team Relentless, every day you go, everything Team Relentless pops up, right? So if you have a team, create a fun hashtag for your team so everyone knows what's going on in your team. Always hashtag Project 10, so when they click on it, they're going to see a lot of before and afters for anyone that knows what it is.
So in the search thing, you put like the hashtag.
Yeah, or you just click on it. Like if you see,
Click on a hashtag, it'll bring up.
it brings up everyone. Yeah, if you click work from home, it'll pull up like 7,000 other shade companies. I never see myself people in there, but I see every other shade company in there. I tried it. I was looking. Yeah, and if you want to meet strangers, just go genuinely with some likes that you have in the local area. If you like to skateboard, go find people skateboard. If you like, I love Brene Brown. She's an author. She is amazing. If you love her, I love her books. So I search for people in the UK that love Brene Brown. We're building a UK ambassador right now, so I want to throw people in there. So I'm actively looking for people in the UK. I've sent 4 people to his challenge parties, and I've never been, right, that I met on Facebook. So build a relationship with them, let them know you care about them, ask people more questions than you tell about yourself. And do you love when people say to you, you've made how much? Because you haven't mentioned it, right? And they go, well, hold that value. So yeah, add value. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But I feel like I'm taking a lot of time.
Alyssa, you want to talk about that new roadmap to regional director? I'll pass it out.
Okay, so you may or may not have seen in your back office that there's lots of, like I said, if you haven't been back there and looked through all the cool stuff that Vi helps us win, you should definitely take some time to do that. This is something that you may or may not know is in your back office. It's the promoter game plan, and it's, you know, from being a coach, I realized that people learn different ways. So they might learn auto lead, they might learn like you have to actually physically do it, you know, by video or whatever. This is a great way that I think touches the easiest way for them to understand. Is how many of you guys, either you or you enrolled somebody that they feel like it's a fire hose of information, and then they just go into fetal position because they don't even know where to start. Yeah, exactly. So this is the roadmap to help prevent that. So again, nothing else. I mean, obviously, the Getting Started training is the Bible for myself. You have to follow the Getting Started training. It's super important. Okay. So this is the roadmap to how many of you guys want to be a regional director and make $1,000 to $2,000 a month residually, have your car paid for, have your kid for free. This is the roadmap to this. Okay, so let's follow along. Basically, obviously the GST Rockstar Challenge Party is the circle that you want to repeat until it gets done. In the meantime, you're going to end up getting, you're going to either build it or lose it. So that's one of your t-shirts. You're going to get your Rockstar t-shirt for going Rockstar Challenger. You'll inevitably get a kit for free. You're challenging 150 people. There's no way you're not going to. You have to get at least a balanced kit for free. And then you'll hit Rising Star. Okay, Rising Star, obviously, I would assume that you all know what that means, but if you don't, it's find 3 other promoters and finish with you and them with 2,000 in volume. That includes you and your challengers, and the same with them. So the cool thing that a lot of people think that, oh, I have to find 3 people on an EPS. You know, well, yeah, that's the fastest way to do it, but you can also find 2 people on an EPS, 1 person on a basic, and then challenge party until you get to 2,000 in volume. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. The next thing is, once you hit that flow, for some of us, it's a little quicker than others. You just get that flow going, and you help 6 people do the same thing. You got a car. You have 12 people do the same thing. You now have a 6-figure residual income. You know, my first aha moment with ViSalus was the 3 for free. My second one was in 4 months. I replaced my career of being a gymnastics coach, and I own my own facility. I own my own gym. 20 years. My income was replaced 4th month of being in ViSalus. That was huge for me.
you know. I didn't start because of the money, but what it did was it taught me that this vehicle can free a lot of people financially. And my vehicle of the gym does a lot of great things in the community, but it doesn't free people financially. Okay? So on the back side is kind of your checkoff. If you're a checkoff list person, this is you. You go Rockstar Challenger. If you don't know what that means, go to the link. You know, it spells it out. Challenge 150 people, you get a t-shirt. Project 10, upload your video. Make sure you get 3 people on a challenge kit on auto ship. That's your 3 for free, and the Rising Star we just talked about. Okay, and now you go help 6 people. You fill in their names. One of the things that that I think ViSalus does a great job at doing is you're not alone. Okay, and like Medivha said, you know, John C. Maxwell has been training us a lot. One of the things that John says is to level up, you have to actually never do anything alone again besides go to the bathroom. So this is where you actually put their names, but I always put my name first and their name in parentheses because I am going to be in these 6 positions, and I will stop at nothing to make sure that they hit their goals. You know, some people it took less than 2 weeks. We have a handful of people that have done that in the 3 years we've been in. Some people it takes a year. Some people it takes 18 months. But here's what I have to say to that is, how many of you guys would do something that's going to better yourself, better others, and take 18 months to have $1,000 to $3,000 residual, have your car paid for, have free nutrition in your household? Of course, because what are the other options, right? So hopefully you find this helpful. I just wanted to go over it real quick. It really is self-explanatory. It is in your back office, but
It's really, really new.
it is new. It just came out. Yeah, it just
replaced what was there.
Yeah, they had another one. It was called something Blueprint. Yeah. So this is, I mean, they just keep on improving. What I love about ViSalus is they just keep on, it's not reinventing themselves. They just keep on moving forward and improving what it already is awesome. So this is their next newest, greatest game plan. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Then we get copycats, which is, a form of flattery. I find it annoying, but but here's what I did in the gym world. People used to come and I'd invite them to get trained by us. What I did know is that if they don't actually take that information and do action, they're not going to have what we have. Okay? So that's what we have going, is it's up to you to take action of utilizing all that ViSalus gives us, and then we'll kick butt. But it's up to us to take that action. So hopefully you can find use of this and help 6 people, go regional director, and then help 12, and they'll be retired, I think. 6-figure income.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so now I'm really excited for this next part. Our next speaker, we've heard from before, but we're going to bring him back up. This is our highest ranked in the room, 4-star ambassador, and Canadian Vi model, Harvey Staples.
I'm going to let the professional do what the professional do, so I don't know.
Wait, this is a Mac?
Oh, mine. So
Very user friendly.
Yeah, I didn't hook this one up.
But, who's getting some good nuggets today? Right? Worth taking a couple hours out of your day on a Saturday to make a 6-figure year income? Right? I mean, there's amazing training with the Getting Started training. We have some awesome tips. I learned a few things from Facebook as well. We've been friends for I don't know how long. And I learned something new with that too, right? Call, plan, Medivha killed it. So right now we're going to kind of talk a little bit about mindset, right? Crystal was talking a little bit, or Alisa, talking a little bit about action. What's stopping you from getting the result that you want? You said he was a professional. Right, so we're just going to talk about mindset. I don't know, has anybody competed at a high level where they had a coach that they had like a psychology coach or anything like that? Nothing? Right? Okay, yeah, because you did the gymnast, right? Gymnastics. The psychology of the sports is becoming more widely recognized as a extremely large part of the game when it comes to competition. I mean, everybody works out now. Most of us work out in here. If we're not working out yet, we're probably on our way. I don't know about you, but if I walk into a gym and they've got that damn talk radio on, that there's just talking back and forth, I am not going to be deadlifting that day. That means lifting really heavy weight from the floor. I am very, very heavily influenced with dead bodies. Lifting heavy weight, right? I have to have my mind in the right place. And, maybe whatever. If my max lift is 500 pounds when I walk in, I have that talk radio that's going on. 350 is going to feel like 500, right? I mean, it's still lovely, but I have to, if I want to change my state, whether I'm going to challenge somebody or I'm getting ready for a challenge party or I'm going to go work out, I need to be in different states to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. So when I go into the gym, it's not going to be the same kind of music I listen to when I'm just hanging out with my wife and having a nice moment. It's going to, let the bodies hit the floor kind of music, maybe some Metallica, maybe some, people think that it's magic why people are successful. They intentionally put themselves in the right place to be successful. They make daily choices to put themselves in a place to be successful, right? They don't just go at it haphazardly. And, a simple thing like music can put you in a good place or a bad place, right? We always talk about environment. Your environment is stronger than your will. Will can be broken. Environment, man, I tell you, environment will break your will faster than you can know. If you're around the wrong crowd, what are your choices? You either get on board with that crowd and do what they're doing, or they're going to, it might not work out so well for you, depending on the kind of crowd you're in, right? So we talked about the five people that you are surrounded by. That's basically what you are. You can add up their income, divide it by 5, and that's what your income will be. If you want to change your income, change the people you hang around with. Doesn't make the people you're hanging around with bad people at all, right? Very good people. They might have great intentions. There we go. We got featured in Successful Home magazine just by making it a priority to help other people get what they want. So if you want to go ambassador, forget about the ambassador and focus on the activity in helping somebody hit Rising Star, helping somebody get their kit for free, help somebody get their BMW. You master those basics, it's inevitable that the ambassador will happen, right? Now the difference between making it happen in 4 months like we did it, or 12 months, is just compressing the activity to make that happen, right? How many people were told this story? Well, you're 5 years old. It's time for you to start going to school. At school, follow instructions, study hard, and get it really good. That way, when you're 18, you can get accepted into the best. Study hard, keep getting really good grades, right? That way, when you graduate, you can go out and get a good job. Be honest, work hard, and at that job will take care of you for the rest of your living the American dream. How many people have only ever, except for maybe 18-year-olds, but I mentioned, how many people have only ever had one job in their life? I said one. But 2. That's a rarity. 2. I mean, if you've been around for any period of time, 2 in this day and age, we're talking about, there's a shift happening right now, right? We grew up in what was we were on the cusp. It was an industrial age, where that old story was sort of true, right? You grow up, you go to school, you go to school to get that extra education, to be specialized, to get into something you really love, you're going to get paid that six-figure plus a year income. How many people does that happen to? 1 out of, what do we got, 50, 60 people? And now look what he's doing ViSalus. Right, so we're switching from an industrial age to an information age. We've got all this social media. We've got all these things that are just, you're not in a factory anymore. They've got robots that do half of those things. So we need to evolve. The shift is happening now, and for the people that don't evolve, they're going to be broke, and it's going to reach a kind of cataclysmic level. But I mean, it's just they're going to get to a point where you are beyond broke, and you can't get out of it. Right? That's what I love about the challenge of this industry in general. That when you can provide a solution for something they're going to do every day, everybody's going to eat, and you can get paid for helping somebody get their health back and their time back, and now they can make an income, part-time or full-time, doesn't matter, it's their choice. Like, there's no better way. You're making a living being significant, adding value to someone else's life. So if someone's trying to tell you you're doing something different, maybe you're just trying to sell them on something. So you need to think about your intention on what you're doing here. Add value to change someone's life, right? So when it comes down to actually doing those activities, it's like anything. We're talking about belief, actions, results. What does that stand for? Bar. Raising your bar, right? Yeah, working out. You want to increase your results, you got to increase your actions. The only way your actions are going to increase is if you have unwavering belief about what you're doing. And again, it comes down to environment. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding with negative people? Like Malin, he's got an allergy. Anybody else got an allergy to negative people? I don't know about you, but I get angry, okay? Frustrated, irritated, probably more than anything. Just listening to people gripe and complain, and it's fine. We're going to have issues that need to be dealt with when they come up, but you better be solution oriented because you got about maybe 2.5 minutes, and then we got to start talking solutions. Otherwise, it's just like, you know what, I'm busy, I got to go, right? And it's not that you don't care, but it's that you care enough to make sure that, hey, we need to be moving in the right direction. Yeah, that sucked. That really was not cool or whatever the deal was. But you got to be solution oriented. So when you have enough beliefs, anybody ever seen Jesus? There's a whole lot of people that believe in Jesus. Anybody ever seen this elephant that people worship? I don't even know what religion it is. It's when there's a shrine. There's things that people believe because there's enough stories and enough references that it makes it real for them. You know what I mean? I'm not a religious person, clearly, but there's a whole lot of different religions, and everybody thinks that they're right, and for their own reasons. But how does that happen? Because beliefs. They've got enough references, they've been around enough people with similar beliefs that now it's just like, you can't tell them that that's not true. We have something that's real and tangible that you can see daily. Right? You get to those events, that's where your belief is going to go through. Like you wait, if this is your first event, you wait till you get to a Vitality or a national event, man. But it's one of those things, and I'm not a rah-rah guy, so I'm not going to get up here and, do whatever happy clappy things some people do to present this. I'm not wired that way. I never had mentors or coaches that were that way, and we were very solution oriented. But when I heard that I got to go to an event, and this was like, this was 3 months in. I was national director at the time. I went national director in 2 months. I've never done anything like this before. When I was really excited about helping people get results, and they told me I had to go to this event, I was like, oh, kids in a room. Because my worry was I'm going to get to this event and it's going to be like one of those things I've heard about. They're going to teach us how to trick and sell and blah, blah, blah. There was nothing about selling anybody, about anything. It was all about results and amazing transformations and how people were being rewarded by helping those people, and it was just, the message was amazing, and getting to see the founders speak from their heart. When you guys meet these founders and you hear them talk, it's like nothing else. These guys are the real deal, to the point where they're changing an industry that's been around for 120 years. Everybody is starting to copy what we do, right? And they'll copy us, but they'll never catch us. Right? One piece of advice: never miss an event. I've been doing this for a little over 3 years. I've never missed an event. There's sometimes I'm like, oh man, we gotta go to another event. I was just at an event. It seems like it was like last week, but every single time I get to one, even being here today, I'm picking up nuggets. 3.5 years in, we've had the team success, and never stop doing that. The moment you stop doing that is the moment you start going backwards. This is your education to finding that life that you want. Right? This is what's going to move you in that right direction. You got to keep doing your daily personal growth, but beliefs will increase your actions, so you will want to wake up, bounce out of bed, and go challenge people. Because if you don't, that person you care about that's on your list, and it happened to me. A friend of mine I played university football with, he was an offensive lineman. These guys are actually big guys. He had a heart attack at 35, and he was on my list, and I didn't get to him. Right? That's something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. Because I had something that could have helped him avoid that. He didn't have any pre-existing issues. He was just really unhealthy. And I didn't make it a priority enough to keep going through my list. Our team was running crazy fast, and You know, I was still sponsoring people, but it wasn't the same urgency I had when I went ambassador. Always, always, always maintain that work ethic to try to find that next person that you're going to help, because your team will follow what you do. The moment you stop, you might not notice, but in 3 months, 6 months, that's the problem. Not a problem, but it's one of those things that people aren't aware of when they start this industry. And, you know, it was something that I became educated on as getting to know other people with 20, 25 years experience. Or you're not going to notice it next week. You're probably not going to notice it at the end of the month. You're not going to, you might start to notice it the second month, but the third month, 5th month, 6th month, your income is going to go backwards, right? You're just sitting on easy street. Take your breaks, recharge. That's what we all do this for, but do not let your foot off the pedal, right? Keep go, 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 because you do it right the first time. I'm telling you what, you develop that leadership, and now that we're partnered up with John C. Maxwell, that we're a personal development company. We take care of every component of a person's life now. We're now teaching leaders to be leaders, people to be leaders of leaders, right? We don't want a whole band of followers. That's a lot of work. You don't want that. You want to empower people to take charge of their own organization, their own company. I don't care what age you are. It doesn't matter. You come to the table with that swagger and that belief. You know where you're going. People will follow you, right? Are you absolutely certain that you've got something you can give value to somebody? You give them something healthy to have every day. You give them an opportunity to make as much money as they want. Make it for free, and you're gonna, quality time with your family. How many people have a job where they're like, man, I really like to take my kids on a vacation. We haven't had a vacation since we've been married. That was me. I went to school for college. I went to college for police sciences, went to university for kinesiology, drafted to play football, retired, went into firefighting, and I had promised my kids. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just started getting into firefighting. I figured, okay, I'm making 40 grand a year as a rookie firefighter. By the time, a couple years from now, I'm going to be making 80, right? So I promised my kids when they were 4 and 6, I was going to take them to Disneyland. I had no idea how I was going to accomplish that. When they turned 4 and 6, we had just finished going through bankruptcy. Even though I was making 80 grand a year, we didn't go and spend money lavishly. We're basic people. And we literally had $20 to our name at the end of the month when the challenge was put in front of us. I looked at it because a buddy of mine I won the Grey Cup with shared it with me. He shared it the right way. We had been approached 4 months prior to that by somebody else back in Ontario that I worked with in a fitness club that didn't follow the system. Remember that lifetime challenge bonus we were talking about? That RD, 5-star, there's death bonus, but lifetime challenge bonus? 5%. It's follow the system, because I could have been in their organization, right? I didn't look for any leadership or anybody to run me. I ran myself. We ran our team. We took a hold of this and we took off with it. But my point is, you just never know who needs something like this. We had an $80,000 a year job, so because this came into my life and I took this opportunity to help a lot of people, 6 months later, my kids reminded me when my kid, he had just turned 7 in October. He's like, hey, I thought we were supposed to go to Disneyland. We were 4 and 6. I was like, this kid is brilliant. He remembers it. He's like, no. So I don't even question it anymore. He's like, hey, Pop, you owe me $10. I was like, all right. But it dawned on me at that moment when he told me, I was like, holy crap, can actually do it. But, who was it? Maybe it was Medivha, putting that energy out into the world. This is what I'm going to do. I wrote it down. I made a note of it. I said it out loud. I committed to my kids that that's what we were going to do. And because we had done so well, I ended up retiring from the fire department after doing this for 6 months. We had more than doubled my income and retired the daycare that we had in our house. So my wife didn't have to do that anymore. We booked it on December. We started in May of 2011. December 7th, we booked our trip to Disney. I told my wife after I booked it, I said, guess where we're going? She freaked out. She's like, oh my God, are you serious? We left 2 days later. Didn't tell the kids until we woke them up 2 days later. I got to fulfill my promise. All right? That's why. So if you're not connected with your why, you need to sit down and write your why. If it doesn't put you, if you can't feel anything from your why, then the slightest little speed bump, somebody's going to pee in your cornflakes, tell you it's got soy, it's stupid, it's going to be super low, you're an idiot. Because the young guys in here, and women, people are going to do that. So you better be ready, right? Know what you have in your hands right now, know the success. Take advice from people that have what you want to have, that are the kind of people that you want to be like, and are going to places that you want to go. Because the ones that are giving this free advice, just take inventory of where they are in their life, right? So they're crab in the bucket mentality, right? They're crabs in a bucket. You're the one climbing out because you want to go and do something more. It's not that you don't get along with them, you're not like them or whatever. You want more, right? You're going to try climbing out. They're going to rip your limbs off trying to keep you from climbing out because now they got to get off their butt and go do something. Otherwise, they look like the lazy, no good for nothing, whatever, right? So look out for yourself. Surround yourself with amazing people. Get this belief of absolute certainty, right? It's just a batch of thoughts. Like you wake up in the morning, you're bouncing out of bed and go and change somebody's life, right? For better or worse, enough references, you can develop a belief about anything, right? Two kinds of beliefs. There's empowering and disempowering. Indifference, indecision, doubt, worry, timidity, complaining. Just make a freaking decision. Stop sitting on the fence. So what? You're going to make a mistake. I started playing football when I was in grade 9. Do you think I caught the first ball that was thrown at me? Probably got stuck in my face mask. Right? You think, first, I was 100 and, I don't know, maybe 10 pounds my first year of high school football. I got smacked like crazy. You think, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get knocked down, just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up because it's important enough to you. I earned a lot of respect. I got the crap beat out of me the first couple of years of football, but I kept getting back up, kept learning better technique, and it got me MVP for football, rugby, and hockey my last 2 years of high school and City Athlete of the Year because I didn't realize how small it was. I graduated high school at 160 pounds at 6'4". Wow. It's a good thing I didn't realize how skinny I was. Like I was, it's called spandex, right? It wasn't spandex. It was like sweatpants on me. My legs were so skinny. It was like, yeah. It just wasn't. I still don't know how I did it because people were telling me I had chicken legs. I was the skinniest guy in the football field. There's, you know, I'm going to keep you. I'm like, you're 230 pounds. I just put you on your back. I'm not skinny. I can see my muscles. Like I had no body fat. It was just a rail, right? But it was just, I didn't have that belief in my mind because I kept getting back up. They couldn't hurt me anymore. I got better technique. And then once my body caught up, I got the opportunity to play professional football. So when I go back to my hometown now, nobody recognizes me until I go, hey, what's going on? They're like, who's this guy? Talk to me. I had short hair, no facial. Well, right now this is a lot more than I normally have. I got a part coming up to actually be a lumberjack of all things. They'll fly me up to Prince George to do some commercial. I didn't know what the commercial was. Yeah, thanks for that, guys. But I didn't have that belief that I was this little skinny, scrawny, weak person. So just put yourself in the right environment, increase your beliefs. If you don't have the belief, just tie into someone else that does. Be like, man, this guy's so fired up. I don't know what he's on or what he's eating, what he's doing, but I want to have some of that. Just stand next to him. Just touch him. Stand close. Where are you going? Get back here. Right? The complaining community. I don't know if you guys saw anything on Facebook with Blake Mallon. I put that challenge out to us when we were in Toronto. 21 days of gratitude. End your day posting something. You can do this or not do this, but this is what he said to us. End your day posting 3 things that you're grateful for, right? Things the 3 positive things that happened in your day, that day. Put some thought into it, because like you guys were saying, who was it? Maybe it was 5 things you read when you first get up in the morning. It was Karyn that mentioned that. It's the same thing when you go to bed, right? What kind of messages are you giving yourself? So do not engage in anybody that makes this a priority. The level of thinking that's gotten us to where we are today will not get us to where we are to be, right? You are where you are because of the decisions you've made up to this point. You want something different, you have to be willing to do a different activity and have a different headspace and hang around different people, right? Empowering. How bad do you want it? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Because I sure was. I had an $80,000 a year job. I had 20 bucks away from going through bankruptcy, and I don't get a raise for another 6 years. So my options were to go out and get a second or third job. Well, I know what's going to happen as soon as that happens. That means I'm not going to see my family at all. You tend to increase your lifestyle at that point because you're like, oh, we're making some more money. We want to go and do some stuff. Then you get stuck there. And with the fire halls, I mean, it's one of those things that's a common trait where you end up getting a divorce. There's a lot of guys I was working with that were just, some guys use the black humor to deal with some of the things we see on a daily basis, but they're going through the second, third divorce. They don't have a relationship with their kids. It just wasn't a place I wanted to go to, but I knew I needed to do something different. Otherwise, I was going to be going through bankruptcy again with my house. So I had that discussion. I made a decision. I had the desire to want to have a different life for not only me, myself, my wife and kids, but who else? If we're in this situation and we have what's deemed as the secure job and everything should be great, how many other people need a solution like this, right? And then develop the resolve. So what's possible? I mean, it's just, you've seen it. The success, the difference between 3 years ago or 4 years ago and now is we didn't have the $1 million stories, the millionaires and stuff when we started. You guys all have this. It's Project 10 now. You have no idea what we started with. Like, and I thought that was a Cadillac. I was like, this is amazing, but I had that belief. I look back now, I'm like, oh my God, how did we do what we did with that? Like, imagine what we're going to be able to do with Project 10. $10,000 every week. We got a 90-day result guarantee. I was like, with Project 10 kids, I was like, everybody wins. Can't lose with this, right? So, millionaire myth, long time, negative program. Money doesn't grow on trees. Work hard for your money. I mean, it's out of reach. People with money came from money. I don't have the right upbringing, personality. Change that shit. It's not going to Finally, right? This is all this crap you've been conditioned to think all these years, right? That's what the school system does. It gears you to get that job. In case you didn't know, it stands for just over broke. Traits of a millionaire. You know, some people are like, oh, he's such a jerk. I just wanted to hear me out. It's be accountable and say what you're going to do. Do what you said you were going to do. Right? A lot of people talk the talk. Let the tongue in your shoe do the talk. Right? Shut your mouth and just do it. Right? I played pro football, and I could not tell you the number of times I hear these guys beak off, and they're making up for what they can't do on the field. Shut up and just show people, and you won't have to talk. Right? So they're proactive, not reactive. They're very focused on what they want. If you haven't written down your goals, you will not get there, I guarantee you. Because you don't know where you're going. So if you're driving around and you haven't got a destination written down, how do you know which road to follow? You're going to get lost and stay lost. All right? Orient to big vision, massive action. Massive action is huge. The only difference between someone going ambassador in 12 months and somebody who does it in 3 months, the amount of action they want to take. Right? We were 6 months in, so it would have been October 27th was the day. We had friends of ours come to us. They're going to lose their house. They're going to go bankrupt. They're going to lose their jobs. We need to do something. We need to do it now. We need to get our health back. We've been watching you guys. What the heck is going on? We helped them go ambassador in 3 months. Wow. Big why. They said, we will do whatever you tell us to do. It was like, there was no worried about, well, what if this person says this? What if that? It was like, we need to help everybody. Who else needs to do this? Who wants to do this? This is where we're going. Are you coming with us? Yeah. Stop worried about what everybody else thinks. They're not afraid of failure. Failure is part of the process. You better get comfortable with it, otherwise you're going to stay broke. I mean, if we can have real talk. I'm not going to apologize if that insults anybody, because I want you guys to understand what's necessary for you guys to get the result that you're looking for, right? And failure it's a good thing. It's that immediate feedback to tell you, hey, didn't quite work out this time, let's try it again, right? And when you surround yourself with the right people, they will encourage you and support you and help you through those failures, right? It's one thing for us to stand up here and talk about making 6-figure year incomes and blah, blah, blah. But trust me, everything that you're going to go through, we've already gone through. Just because we don't tell you it's out there, doesn't mean it hasn't happened to us. But we're not going to sit here and tell you those things because you might never experience it. You know what I mean? So there's no sense of putting all these ideas in your head and, you know, your family members. Here's the thing about family, your relatives. They are not here to help you be successful. They're here to protect and love you. They don't want you to get hurt. Pain is part of growth. Okay? They love you. They want the best for you, but you got to step out and just surround yourself with the right people. Okay? Leaders, they're leaders, not teachers. Focus on the positive. I mean, that's the obvious. I mean, develop an allergy for negative people. You don't already have one. Limiting beliefs from too old, too young. Sales, not a salesperson. I'm not a professional speaker, as you can tell. I'm not a sales guy. The only thing I was ever able to sell was myself when I was doing personal training when I was in university. Right? That's what I did. And coming out, and I got drafted for football. That was all I ever sold, and I could get somebody to drop $3,000 to commit to train with me for 3 months. Right now, credit card out on because I believed it and I knew I could get them the result they were looking for. If you don't have that, you need to get it and be beside somebody who has that. Right? Develop it. I live in a small town, whatever. People, family, and friends are negative. If you went and bought a franchise, I don't care, whatever it is, we want to buy Starbucks, they make a lot of money. What if none of your friends and family came to your restaurant? Would you go out of business? Would you cry and mope and give up? And there's a lot of people who want Starbucks. There's a lot of people that are looking for the solution, right? So if your friends and family aren't going to get on board right now, that's cool. There's plenty of other people, and if you don't have that skill set to create conversation, start by saying hi and smiling. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, be friendly. I don't have the right personality, just not cut out. I don't know. Maybe you're not cut out for it if you don't care about people. What are you doing this for? The only way you're going to be able to see that long-term residual success is coming with the right intention. Who can I help? Don't impose your goals on somebody because you want to go faster. Maybe they just want to get the crap for free. Maybe they just need to save some money on groceries, or just some people just want to live that simple life, and that's okay. Let them be customers. Don't convince a customer to be a promoter because you want to hit rising stars. If you've shown enough value, they will, and it's something that they're ready to do, then they will do it, right? If not, let them be a customer, because otherwise you're going to be convincing them the entire time, and trust me, that is not fun. We've had people that were crazy salespeople that could sell ice to an Eskimo, and it wasn't duplicatable. The people did not develop the passion to want to share this with other people, and just too much stuff going on in their lives. Goal setting, we were talking about writing them down. 84% of people in school have no specific goals at all. The 3% that had them clear written goals and plans. 13% of the class who had goals were earning, on average, twice as much as the 84%. So when you're setting these goals, follow the SMART principle. S-M-A-R-T. Who knows about those? Who doesn't? We got 2 people. Very, very simple acronym. You can type it in on Google. I'm sure there's some sort of explanation. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. If your goals or your dreams are just goals not written down. And no deadline. Write them down, give them a deadline. Even if you said you want to make $1 million in the next 12 months, and maybe it took you 2 years, would that be okay? Yes. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. If they don't match all of those, it's not specific enough, and it's too general, and it will take forever to get there. Because otherwise, how do you know if you get there or not, right? Writing your goals down, short-term milestones, be specific, because you want to know if you're going to be working your butt off and what you're sacrificing for, you're going to want to know that you actually got there, whatever your goal is. Otherwise, I want to feel better. Oh, do you feel better now? Think so? There you go. Right. Measure your actions, track your progress. You got to keep daily journals of what you're doing, so that maybe you didn't feel like you're that productive during the day, but if you wrote it down and you look back and you review it, you're like, oh, crap, I actually did get quite a few things done today. Start with just one goal. Schedule your time, focus goals. Set goals you actually want to achieve. Your goals. So if you're with a couple, if you are a couple or married or significant other, you do your goals on your own. They do their goals on their own. Then you come and do it. Be selfish. This is what you want. Because stop compromising at this point to make the other person happy. You need to know what makes you happy and what you want. Otherwise, you guys are going to end miserable. So get selfish, know what you want, be willing to work hard for it, come together, and put a plan together to make sure everybody gets what they want, right? And then you guys will develop maybe some of your own goals that you want to accomplish together, right? Just my tip. Yeah, we'll just leave that one at that. Your why. Why did you start the business? If you don't know why you started it, you're going to be wandering for a while. What do you want to accomplish? This is important. How will your life be different? You need to get in touch with what does it feel like? Okay, you're making 6 figures a year. What changes in your life? Maybe you just reach regional director. You're making an extra $2,000 a month. That's a $25,000 pay raise for people. When was the last time your boss gave you a $25,000 pay raise? I didn't get that when I was playing pro football either. Right? It's so how committed are you to your why? Does it make you cry? I'll tell you what. I mean, these events, these are real because it just. If you're paying attention and you're taking it in, I went to that first event. It was Vitality, and I went there with my buddy. That we won a great cup together with grown men, football dudes, smashing the hell out of guys that are bigger than us. And they closed the event with the same song that we won our championship with. Wow. Yeah. It hit me like a ton of bricks because we won the championship with football. And now I felt like we were going to win the championship of life. Being around the right people, the right time, the right message, the right vehicle. And it was just hearing everybody speak from the heart and all the lives that have been changed. And we just got started with this. I'm like, oh my God, the possibilities were going crazy. We came back from that event. So we went party in our first month, 26 days, national director second month, went to Vitality. In the third month, Miss PD. Fourth month, we went ambassador. Because we took a whole lot of people that got what we got. We came back and we ran like crazy. And it was just the most amazing feeling. Right? So never ever miss the event. Fortunes that have followed up with this. This was just something else, just on a side note here. Oh, they said no to me. They said no. You talk to them once. 2% of sales are made on the first time. 80% are made on the 5th to 12th contact. When we're at our leadership events, which is one of the reasons why that was on there, when they talk about ambassadors, please stand up, that it took them 5 or more exposures to get started with this. Almost the whole room stood up. It was great. It was like, yeah. I mean, I was like an anomaly. It was only somebody that just didn't follow the system. When somebody did it right, it was, I'm telling you, just do not give up on those people. Like the training you heard earlier, keep them. Stay friends. Like they said, no, so what? It just means no, not for now. Maybe they got stuff going on they're not willing to tell you. So I'll hold you back. If I can, you can. Until you can't. If you're giving yourself the self-talk that whatever you say you can or can't do, you're right. Actions determine your result. So if your schedule is empty, your bank account's empty. The decision you have to make is who's going to fill your calendar, your boss or you. So you want to make more money in this business and earn money residually, I'd be filling your time up with as many challenge parties as you can, as many one-on-ones, as many three-way calls as possible. I don't care how tired you are. Remember the stories and results. Remember what your why is. Remember what your goals are and the time frame you put them on there. Okay? Success tips. Set daily, weekly goals for each of the above. Do something every day to promote your biz. Promote your challenge. Promote, like Karyn was saying, don't be spamming stuff all over your Facebook. Just be real. It's more lifestyle. The choices you now have, or where you're going, all the time you get to spend with people. Prioritize 60 to 90 minutes a day in your schedule. That's for some part-time people, right? I mean, if you're part-time with this, just make sure you're doing something every day. Daily habits will create success for you. Use a calendar. Success versus failure. Move away from failure. Millionaires move through it, right? Learn from it. It's feedback. That's all it is. Doesn't mean anything, but it's just feedback for you to be able to recognize. It only becomes a problem when you're not recognizing these things and learning from them, right? Feel your way to the top. Don't quit. You could be that one phone call away from going to faster. Maybe you find that person that just gets it like you do. Right? Why not you? Massive action goals. Right? I was told, we're just going to wrap this up here real quick, but when I was in high school, I was constantly told that I would never amount to anything, that I was lazy, that I was too weak, that I wasn't smart enough. All kinds of things. You name it, and I was probably told that. And I got beat up as a kid too. You know, not for not trying to fight back. I just was a real small, skinny kid. And it wasn't that I was a bad kid or anything. I just, bullies can be bullies. And if I listened to those messages when there was just something, I don't know what it was or what happened, but there was something in me that flipped. And there was one significant event. When you're getting these messages from people that are supposed to love and care about you, whether they're family, friends, relatives, you have a decision to make. Are you going to let them have that power over you for the rest of your life? Or are you going to say, and go and do it? I had to do that because something that I should have been able to look up to as a young boy growing up told me those things. And that was basically what I had to do. I had to take that power back from those people, whether it be bullies at school, whether it be family members, and just decide how I wanted my life to look, where I wanted to go. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was going to work my butt off to make sure it happened and to live the life that I wanted to live, the way I wanted to live it, with the type of people I want to be, surrounded by. And I cut those people out of my life because I needed to change my environment. The moment I did that, I got on the dean's list when I went to college. I was a CD student in high school. Didn't want to be there. Sports is my getaway, Make the decisions, make the hard decisions, right? It's right for you. You need to start moving forward. And I'll tell you what, I don't even want to think what would happen had I not made those decisions, right? I would have still been living in this little town, never accomplishing anything, settling for a job, being a clerk at a grocery store, right? When I could have went out and had all these experiences, met all these amazing people, and now be on a mission with some incredible people that just getting so much freedom back and health. And, you name it. I can't think of a more complete place to be. That's why I decided to leave the fire department and do this full time. I was helping people. I was reactive though. This is proactive. And I'll tell you what, it's on so many levels, right? So I'm gonna finish there and appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us today. But do the things that you need to do to get you to where you want to go. Stop listening to those naysayers and all these people who maybe you don't have any. Because I didn't have any when I started this, right? Don't look for obstacles, look for solutions. Be excited, surround yourself with the right people, and go kick some ass and get your black jacket. Give yourself some choices. There's a couple things coming up. Obviously, if you're not on the challenge yet, hopefully you've seen things in a different light. And if there's a buy one get one free offer going on at the end of the month with the buy trim and the top weight, fantastic. Helping people lose weight, it's a wicked deal. It ends at the end of the month. And your personal challenge parties, how many people will be there? If you have 1 to 7, you're going to get a $50 bonus credit for any 5 products. If you have more than 8, then you're going to get a $100 free product credit. And pre-party with your people. If you personally sponsor people, get there and do it with them. Stop just signing people up and letting them do their own thing, right? It's like they were saying, I don't know how many times today, Maxwell says, don't do anything alone, but go to the bathroom. Literally, you need to do this together. It's much more fun to party when you're with other people. The next event, we've got the Face-Off event on Sunday in Vancouver. It's at the Surrey Rec and Leisure. You guys have one on Wednesday in Anacortes with Aaron Fortner. Is there another one coming up too?
Next month.
Okay.
I got that flyer about the one in Anacortes, right?
Yep.
I posted it and I shared it to ViSalus Northwest. It's a group. If you're not part of ViSalus Northwest group, you should
Northwest to find it. And ask.
It's on Global Dynasty first.
Perfect. All right, if you guys go to my Facebook page, Harvey Stables, I posted Arnold Schwarzenegger's 6 rules. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them before. Trust yourself, break some rules, don't be afraid to fail, ignore the naysayers, work like hell, and give something back.
I love that.
I think it's worked out pretty well for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to all the volunteers that helped out and all the